West 11 Sports Media proudly presents Littlefield High School Football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. Welcome to tonight's play-by-play broadcast. Our Littlefield Wildcats football coverage in 2025 is brought to you by the following Wildcat supporters: the Littlefield Independent School District, First Federal Bank Littlefield, Wildcat Laundry, Hillcrest Funeral Home, Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest, and Wellington State Bank. Our title sponsors are Triple T Irrigation and Heffington Farms, the Lance Insurance Agency, and Bill Wells Chevrolet GMC. Our broadcast boosters: Brown Flying Service, Always Towing, the Lamb County Electric Cooperative, Durable Bills, AAA Truck Federated Auto Parts, Energy Fitness, Fades and Foils by Amanda, Fibermax Cotton by BASF, Slate Group, and by First Baptist Church of Littlefield. We will visit with head coach and athletic director Bo Bryant right after these words from some of our supporters.
At Littlefield ISD, we're not just upgrading facilities, we're creating opportunities. Where students excel in dual credit courses, engage in effective vocational programs, and achieve associate's degrees upon graduation. Our staff brings real-world experience, guiding students to think critically and solve problems. Here we stand united in our mission to develop and inspire every student as we embrace the spirit of Wildcat magic.
Hillcrest Funeral Home is Littlefield owned and operated and has been since 2007. We are proud supporters of the Wildcats, Lady Cats, and our Wildcat Band. I'm Shauna Wagley Hastings, and my promise is to always offer you personal and compassionate care in your time of loss. Hillcrest is hometown, and we are always here for you. Come see us at 1305 Phelps Avenue in Littlefield. Hillcrest Funeral Home, cherish the memories, honor the legacy.
On your corner and in your corner, headquartered in Littlefield, Texas since 1946, First Federal Bank is your hometown bank with hometown personalities. No name changes, no 1-800 numbers, no branches, just roots right here in Littlefield, Texas, home of the Fighting Wildcats. Come in and join the winning team and experience First Federal Bank hospitality today. First Federal Bank Littlefield, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS 494763. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. I'm Cody West here in the pregame show as the Denver City Mustangs come to town tonight. We're visiting with head coach and athletic director Bo Bryant. Coach, we appreciate you taking time to visit with us.
Yes, sir. Good to be here, Cody.
Well, Coach, the Wildcats are coming in at 1-0 after a big win over Lamesa last week. The Wildcats defeated the Golden Tours 49-47 in a close game. Littlefield never trailed in the game, and put a little distance in the score. Around the third quarter, we kind of looks like we were going to be able to maybe pull away in the second half, but Lamesa just kept coming back on us and made it a close game, and didn't really go down to the wire, but a 2-point game, a high-scoring game, a lot of fireworks offensively. But overall, how do you feel about the win on Friday night?
Yeah, it's always good to start 1-0, Probably the biggest thing I got out of Friday night was just seeing how hard our kids played. I was really proud of them, especially after that second scrimmage at New Deal. I didn't think we gave our best effort, and so that's really what we preached all week, was just giving great effort for 4 quarters, and I thought every one of our kids did that.
Yeah, and I talked about that on the broadcast too. I mean, our kids just kept playing hard, kept getting after it, and even with a lot of kids, a lot of starters going both ways. We may have looked like we had some cramping issues maybe late in the game a little bit, not near as many as them, but
it looks like our kids, at least for the first game of the year, seemed pretty conditioned and played hard till the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they did. And, the way we play our kids, and that's something we preach all spring and summer too, is we got to be in shape just because of the way that we play. And, I thought our kids were in better shape than them. Like I said, we had a few go down with cramps, had a couple injuries, so we had some younger guys that had to come up and step in. And Sammy Sines came in there and led the offense. I thought he did really good. He was poised. He didn't seem like he was a freshman coming in to play in a varsity game, but really proud of him and just all the guys. I thought it was a great team effort on both sides of the ball.
Well, you mentioned the injury. Nate Castaneda goes down with an injury. It looks like he's going to be out for several weeks. Before that injury, though, man, he played well.
Yeah, he did. I was real excited to finally see him out there on a Friday night. He is a great leader for us, but just the athlete that he is, you could see that he makes really good decisions, and he had a great ball game up until that point where he got hurt.
Yes, sir. And staying on the offensive side of the ball, you told me before the game we were going to rotate up to 4 different running backs in and out of the game, and we did. And sometimes I was having a hard time keeping track of who was in at running back, but collectively the guys did a pretty good job running the ball.
Yeah, they did. Took care of the football, and then, like I said, they've got their different styles. Rojas, I thought he run really hard. He's just kind of a power back guy. Then you get Solis that comes in there, and I think Solis has really good vision. He sees the hole and he's got speed. And so, all 4 of them, did really good. You can tell by the points that we scored and the yards that we got. So those guys did a good job.
Yes, sir. In the passing game, of course, that tempo really puts defenses in a bind, and then, those little quick passes. And then we were able to connect on some deep balls as well, but receivers did a good job. I think Nate only had 2 incompletions when he was in. Sammy came in, didn't throw as many passes as Nate, but overall the passing game to me looked like it was clicking.
Yeah, it was, and you mentioned Sammy coming in. He hadn't got a whole lot of reps at quarterback up to this point. Just sparingly, with the backups. So I thought Sammy did a really good job for the limited amount of practice reps that he's gotten. So he's just going to continue to get better and better. And you look at our offensive line, I thought those guys did a really good job. We had a lot of guys returning from last season up there. And I think we're going to keep leaning on those guys, just to establish the run game. And then when the passing game, when it's there for us and opens up, we'll take our shots.
And that was going to be my next comment, was the offensive line. I thought they did a really good job protecting the quarterbacks, run blocking, and, overall just a really solid offensive performance, especially for the first game of the season. And, if I think we can build on that, we're going to be an offense throughout the year. Even with the injuries we sustained, we're going to be an offense throughout the year that's going to put a bunch of points on the board. Defensively, Lamesa had a successful night offensively against us defensively as well, too. We were able to keep them at bay, and it kind of felt like there in the second half, if we could just get 1 or 2 stops, we were going to win the football game. And I made that comment. I'm like, after halftime, we need to be able to get 1 or 2 stops or a turnover, right? And we're going to win this football game. And, defensively, we were just flying to the football, typical defense from Littlefield. We get after the quarterback, but, man, they had a talented QB in the backfield, and he kind of made us pay on some things.
Yeah, they did.
Wildcat Laundry in Littlefield is a proud supporter of Littlefield High School athletics and wants to wish the Wildcats good luck in tonight's game. Wildcat Laundry is a clean, full-service laundromat with quality coin-operated washers and dryers for all your needs. Comforters too big for your home washer? Bring them to the Wildcat Laundry. Need to take care of several loads in a short time? Come to Wildcat Laundry, located at 901 Hall Avenue in Littlefield. Wildcat Laundry says go Cats.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Littlefield Wildcats football. offensively as well too. We were able to keep them at bay, and it kind of felt like there in the second half, if we could just get 1 or 2 stops, we were going to win the football game. And I made that comment. I'm like, after halftime, we need to be able to get 1 or 2 stops or a turnover, right? And we're going to win this football game. And defensively, we were just flying to the football, typical defense from Littlefield. We get after the quarterback, but man, they had a talented QB in the backfield, and he kind of made us pay on some things.
Yeah, they did. I thought all their skill positions were pretty good. That quarterback, he's gotten really good, a lot better from last year, and with those threats around him, it was difficult to defend. But coming off the field and watching film this weekend, we as coaches sat down, and I think we put too much on some of our young kids, and we'll take the blame for that. So we're going to try to put kids in one position and get them really good at playing that spot, not trying to have them learn different spots. So hopefully we start seeing more improvement on the defensive side and get really good at playing our spot.
Yes, sir. And then, of course, we, just like last year, we've got 10 games in a row. We don't have a bye week until the very last week of the season, so we don't get that break like a lot of teams do before district play. And we've got 6 non-district games as well. So, it's going to be a grind. It's going to be a gauntlet this season, and you hope to stay healthy. But, we talked about the injury to Nate. I guess Zane Champion had a hand injury or something, and he's going to be out for a while.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he'll be out a few weeks, and hopefully we eventually get those 2 guys back, through district. But already dropping some guys. We're gonna have to bring a couple up from JV. So we gotta be smart as coaches. Like you said, it's a long season and no break in there. So we're gonna try to keep our guys as healthy as we can.
Yes, sir. Well, the Wildcats come in 1-0 tonight versus the Denver City Mustangs. I want to talk about Denver City and talk more about the Wildcats coming up here in a moment. You're listening to Littlefield Wildcats football on the Littlefield Sports Network.
Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest, right here in Littlefield, provides grade A, Gold Star quality milk products to manufacturers around the world. We are proud to be here in Littlefield, and we support our student athletes. Our philosophy is to be a good neighbor to everyone in this town. We take pride in our work and in our community. Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest, farms, people, and technology, achieving Gold Star quality. Go Cats!
Here in Texas, tradition runs deep on the field and in our communities. For nearly 120 years, Wellington State Bank has stood by the citizens of Littlefield through tough times and touchdowns. From your first savings account to your game-winning business loan, we're here for every play. Wellington State Bank, your partners in progress in Wildcat Nation. Come see us today at 501 Phelps Avenue in Littlefield. Let's go Wildcats. Member FDIC.
Welcome back into Littlefield Wildcats varsity football. I'm Cody West talking with head coach Bo Bryant. Coach, tonight Denver City comes into town. The Denver City Mustangs and the Littlefield Wildcats have been playing each other forever. Very familiar with each other. Sometimes we're in the same district with them. Several years ago, we played them twice in one season, got them in non-district and got them in the playoffs. So, these are two teams that are very familiar with each other, but Denver City has a brand new head coach.
Yes, sir, and it's a guy that was their offensive coordinator. Last year he went into administration. Now he's back as the head football coach, Coach Duncan. So we're familiar with him. We're pretty good friends. Like you said, it's always a good game. We've played them, I think, every year since I've been here the last 10 years. So it's going to be another tough ball game.
So with him being the offensive coordinator prior and now the head coach, I guess not much is going to change offensively for them?
No, I went back and watched the old films, and it's fairly similar. He's doing some different things. He's actually kind of running some of the offense that we're running. But, yeah, a lot of two-back stuff, spread. They'll be in the gun. They're really balanced as far as run-pass. They're about 50-50 run-pass, so you're going to have to be able to defend everything. Any
players on offense stand out on film?
They've got a good quarterback and a good running back. He's not the biggest or fastest, but he runs really hard. So if you give him space in there, he can be pretty good. So we gotta keep him at bay.
How do they look up front?
Big, just like always. They were going to have big kids on both sides of the ball on the line.
What about defense? What are we going to see from them when we have the ball?
They'll be in an even front most of the time. Like I said, big up front, and then they'll have the athletes on the back end. So, like I said, hopefully our offensive line can set the tone and establish the run game. And then if they try to stack the box, we always try to take what the defense gives us. So we'll spread it out.
Getting back to the Wildcats, of course, with Sammy Signs taking over as quarterback now, as just a sophomore, but he played a whole season on JV last year as quarterback. So he's got a lot of reps at quarterback, just not at the varsity level yet. But played well in the second half against Lamesa there. One thing I've noticed about Sammy is that he's one heck of a runner. Yeah, he is, and that probably comes back to him just being a tough kid. He'll stick his nose up in there and run it hard, and it's kind of looked like we did last year with Chip running the football with the quarterback, but. Like I said, Sammy will just continue to get better and better. The reps he has in practice, if you were out there in practice or at a game, you wouldn't think he was a sophomore just by the poise that he has and the confidence that he has. But look forward to see what Sammy brings. How was the week of practice? It's been good. Monday with it being a holiday, I thought we had a really good practice. We had it early in the morning, and then Tuesday was one of our better practices of the week. So. They've practiced hard. They're something we talked about. We got to keep getting better every single day because that's just Littlefield Wildcat football. You got to continue to get better. Yes, sir. And outside of the two injuries that we've talked about, anything else? Everybody else healthy? Yeah. We got everybody else. Adkins, he's been out the whole year, but we won't have him any this year. It was coming from probably a baseball injury that he had that lingered, but other than that, yeah, we've got everybody. All right, Coach, we send you all the very best, and we'll talk to you again next week. Yes, sir. Thank you, Cody. Yes, sir. Coach Bo Bryant here in the pregame show. We'll be back with more Wildcats football right after this.
The Heffington family of Heffington Farms and Triple T Irrigation sends all the best to each member of the Littlefield Wildcats this season. Triple T Irrigation is an authorized TL irrigation systems dealer like no other. Hydrostatically powered TL systems are designed to deliver continuous movement to extend gearbox life. Heffington Farms and Triple T Irrigation, proud supporters of the Littlefield Wildcats.
Trust the Lance Insurance Agency for all your insurance needs. They offer a better way to buy insurance. Visit with David McGehee and let him shop multiple carriers to get the most competitive rate available. For auto, home, commercial, life, crop insurance, and more, go by 2433 South Farwell Avenue in Littlefield, or give David a call at 385-1693 and let him find the best combination of price, coverage, and service just for you. The Lance Insurance Agency proudly supports the Wildcats and Lady Cats in all that they do.
Hey folks, Brian Bruce here from Bill Wells Chevrolet GMC in Plainview. It's time for back to school, and we have a great selection of new and used cars to fit every budget. Call clickbillwellschevrolet.com or come by and see us on I-27. At Bill Wells, we are professional grade, and we want to be your car dealer for life. Come experience the Bill Wells difference, where your next car is in plain view.
Where your next car's in plain view.
Brown Flying Service in Littlefield provides agricultural aerial application services to crop producers across the South Plains. They offer full-service spraying and crop dusting for your agriculture operation. The Browns are longtime supporters of the Littlefield Wildcats and send them all the best in tonight's game. Based at the Littlefield Taylor Brown Municipal Airport, it's Brown Flying Service supporting the Wildcats this season.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, to Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. I'm Cody West, and we're broadcasting live tonight from Wildcat Stadium for the first time in 2025, where the Wildcats are getting ready to host the Denver City Mustangs. The school song is playing here at the stadium, and we have a beautiful night for football here in Littlefield. Overcast skies. It rained much of the afternoon, but right now it is dry and the temperature is very comfortable. Not any wind to speak of, at least according to the American flag at the south end of the field. But overall, the start of this game, we're going to have great weather as the captains are getting ready to come out onto the field for the coin toss. We're joined by Ryan West tonight once again. You ready for some football?
Of course, I'm always ready.
Wildcats come in at 1-0 after a close win over Lamesa last week. Denver City coming in at 1-0 after a decisive victory over a good Roosevelt team. And, Denver City, Coach Bryant told us in the pregame interview, they're going to be big up front and a big physical team, which is kind of what you always see from Denver City.
Yeah, and I mean, especially like in previous years, we go to Denver City, we beat them, we got them here. You can just tell kind of by looking at them at the 50-yard line, they're kind of big, kind of stocky, but we got quickness, and that's what I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see our speed again.
Captains down on the field for the Littlefield Wildcats. Two of them are in street clothes. Number 5 for the Wildcats, Nate Castaneda, who is out for several weeks. Number 11, Zane Champion, who is also out for at least a couple of weeks. The other two captains are number 8, Ben Castillo, and number 55, Uriel Ibarra. Captains for the Denver City Mustangs are number 12, Jacob Acosta, number 6, Samry Garcia, number 17, Abe Velasco, who's in street clothes, and number 57, Toby Espinoza. Littlefield dressed in their home maroon jerseys with gray pants, the white and maroon stripe down the side of the pants, the old school look, with the white helmets, the Wildcat on the side, and the double maroon stripe down the middle. Denver City dressed in their visiting white jerseys with white pants, red trim and numbers with the red helmets, and the running Mustang on the side of the metallic red helmets for Denver City. As the captains are meeting at midfield for the coin toss here today. After the coin toss, we will give you the starters for the Littlefield Wildcats. We'll await the call from the referee. It looks like Littlefield wins the toss, and we elect to receive. So we'll get the ball first. Denver City will defend the north end zone to start the game here at Wildcat Stadium. The new and improved Wildcat Stadium, brand new press box. We're high atop the new press box here and the all-new camera deck, and we're excited to be here. Very nice facility here. That little windstorm that came through in the spring that blew the roof off of the old one got us a new press box. So that was a blessing in disguise, and we are excited to be here. We want to say thanks to the Littlefield ISD for providing a great place for us to call the home games this year. We've got 6 home games here at Wildcat Stadium. If you're out and about town, you still have time to get on out to the stadium to cheer on the Wildcats here tonight. As the new and improved Wildcat Stadium also includes a newly striped parking lot. So they don't have the ropes out there this year. They've got the actual lines on the parking lot, and also a new paint job around much of it. And we're really excited about all of the improvements that they've made to the press box this year. And, of course, we're back and better than ever. Olivia's on the camera, back and looking better than ever. Ryan's ready to go for his second season of Littlefield Wildcats football here on the broadcast. Let's take a look at the starters for the Wildcats. First on defense, the anchor of the defensive line is number 63, Diego Lopez at nose guard. The 2 defensive tackles that round out the TNT. On the left side is number 55, Uriel Ibarra, and the right tackle is number 64, A.J. Cantu. Your defensive ends are number 7, Jacob Silvas, and number 12, Sammy Signs. Your linebackers at Mike, number 52, Ivan Hernandez, and the Sam linebacker is number 32, Jonas Camacho. In the secondary, the Wildcats have on the corners number 2, Gabe Mata, and number 15, Ramiro Candelario. Your safeties are number 1, Jaden Barrio, and number 6, Blayton Solis. When the Wildcats have the ball, we'll be led by number 12, the quarterback at sophomore, Sammy Signs, getting the starting nod today after the injury to Nate Castaneda last week. In front of Sammy will be number 50, C.J. Weaver at center. Your two guards are going to be number 62, Elijah Rodriguez, and number 54, James Lockridge. And your tackles are number 55, Uriel Ibarra, and number 51, Tate Clark. In the backfield, it'll be a rotation once again, but it will be number 33, Daniel Rojas, getting the start at running back. At tight end, number 4, Cooper Price gets the start. And your wideouts will be number 2, Gabriel Mata, number 1, Jaden Barrio, and your slot receiver, number 6, Blayton Solis. Our punter and kicker will be Jaden Barrio. Our punt returner will be Jaden Barrio. And our kick returners will be Jaden Barrio and Sammy Size. As the Littlefield Wildcats come out of the tunnel, we are set and ready to go for the first home game of 2025. The Wildcats come out with the American flags, the red, white, and blue, and we're about set and ready to go. We want to say thanks to the Littlefield ISD, our pregame show sponsors. The Littlefield ISD, proud supporters of our broadcast, and we want to say thanks to Coach McNeese, the superintendent, Amber Hayes, the assistant superintendent, and everybody else at the Littlefield ISD for supporting us here at the Littlefield Sports Network. Littlefield Wildcats with 6 non-district games, followed by 4 district games before we get a bye week. And in all the years you played, Ryan, 3 years on varsity, y'all never had a Week 10 bye week. That's a grind, playing 10 games in a row without a break.
No, we talked about it last year, and I'm sure we'll keep talking about it as long as we get a Week 10 bye week. But, you know, some of those teams that come out of that bye week, they struggle. They take a week off. They don't see any action. I know it's take time to recover, but in the end, sometimes that bites you. So sometimes, even though it's a grind, I really appreciate the Week 10 bye week right before the playoffs, get some rest, you know, see action for 9 weeks in a row.
Absolutely. We're going to play the national anthem here at the stadium. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with the opening kick right after this.
Needing a tow can ruin your day. Whether it be a breakdown, flat tire, or even a wreck. If you ever need a tow, Always Towing is here to make it less stressful and more cost efficient for you. Always Towing is located in Littlefield, Texas, and services the entire area. They provide light and heavy duty towing, rollback services, winch outs, and wheel lifts for trucks. Their experienced drivers are available 24 hours a day. Call 385-3800. That's 385-3800 for Always Towing. The Holmes family of Always Towing sends all the best to the Littlefield Wildcats in tonight's game.
The Lamb County Electric Cooperative was established in 1938 for the purpose of making life better for our community, and today they continue to strive for that purpose. LCEC is committed to providing safe, reliable electric service at the lowest practical cost. The Lamb County Electric Co-op is proud of its well-trained, quality workforce that meets the changing needs of its membership. Proudly serving you and all of the communities in our coverage area, the Lamb County Electric Co-op, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
Have you been thinking about updating your home with a new remodel? If you are, the only call to make is to Eli Cueto of Durable Builds. Let us transform your house into your dream home. Durable Builds is insured and serves the entire area. We specialize in kitchen remodeling, but have experience in whole house renovations, including room additions, family, dining, living, laundry, and closet spaces. For more information, visit DurableBuilds.com or call 806-891-1076. And let's get started on a personalized home remodel just for you.
Welcome back in to Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. I'm Cody West along with Ryan West. The Littlefield Wildcats ready to kick it off, or rather to receive the kickoff against the Denver City Mustangs. Littlefield did win the toss and elected to receive. Coach Bryant says, I want the ball first. The Wildcats offense looked explosive against Lamesa last week, putting a total of 475 yards on the Lamesa defense and scoring 49 points in a victory. So high-scoring game for the Wildcats. Remember last year we had like a 70-71 game against Coahoma. That was tough. And when Chip scored and they didn't count it, remember that?
I know. I saw it all over social media, but that was when we had Keith Logan. He wanted to do that game. I wasn't actually there for that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Keith came up and sat in with us in Coahoma. It was about 900 degrees in that press box that day. So here we go, Denver City to kick it off from the North 40. This is number 12, Jacob Acosta, the kicker for the Mustangs. Back to receive the kick for the Wildcats is number 12, Sammy Signs. He's standing on the 5-yard line, and we've got a whistle. What happened?
I don't know.
A penalty. They're going to move him back 5 yards. Was that a delay of game?
Must have been. I counted 11 men on the field.
I was looking for the white hat, but he was way back on the corner of the field, back there at the pylon of the end zone. So here we go. Now we're ready to kick it off. Maybe. Now Sammy is standing on the 10-yard line after that 5-yard penalty. There's the kick. It's a high end-over-end kick, but short. It's going to be muffed and picked up by Solis. Blayton Solis on the return gets it to the 20, and he'll be pushed back there. Not much of a return there. It just kind of landed about 5 yards out in front of him, and on the bounce got past him. He was able to pick it up and recover, and now the Wildcats offense comes out onto the field, led by Sammy Signs, number 12.
But, you know, going back to that kickoff return, that was a good thing to let it get in front of it instead of it going behind him and rolling right in front of the end zone and no one being able to get it.
That thing would have died before it got to the end zone. It would not have been a touchback. So here come the Wildcats, the first possession of the game for Littlefield. It'll be 1st and 10 at our own 21-yard line. Littlefield goes out of the huddle. Wideouts come out. It'll be Mata on the right side, Barrio, or rather on the left, Barrio on the right. Now Gabe Mata in motion. Here's the snap. A lot of pre-snap motion on that one. Sammy's going to keep. He goes over the right tackle. They're going to get him and spin him around, and he'll gain about 2 yards on the play to the 23. And here comes that Wildcats tempo. They are big up front. We're hoping we can wear them down with that tempo. They've got a 320-pound nose guard. Here's the snap. Handed off up the middle. Not much running room, but he does get to the 25-yard line. I think that was Rojas.
Yep, number 33, Daniel Rojas. And, you know, you hit it right on the nail. Just keep running, get them tired.
Right back to the line, 3rd and 5. Here's the snap. Sammy looking to throw, lets it fly, has a man down the sideline. Barrio makes the catch at the 50-yard line and out of bounds. Looked like they had his jersey, but no flags for interference, but Jaden hauls it in anyway. And the first pass of the game is a big First Federal Bank first down. Here's the snap. Signs, swings it out. Incomplete. Looked like it skipped in. I hope it was incomplete. These officials need to give us better signals. Yep, now the official here on the sideline says incomplete. Hold on. You got to spot the ball back at the line of scrimmage, guys. If it was incomplete, you've got to move it back to the line of scrimmage. It skipped in. I can tell you right now it was incomplete. Come on, fellas.
Ref's taking a minute. Maybe their first game, too.
Well, I'm ready to go. They should be ready to go.
So are we. So is this offense.
Okay. Here's the snap on 1st and 10. They're going to hand it off. Rojas over the right side, and he'll be bottled up for no gain on the play. And that'll bring up second down. Should be 2nd and 10. The down marker across the way says 3rd down, but it is 2nd, right? 2nd down. Here's the snap. Sammy throws deep, looking for Barrio once again, has him, but it was overthrown down the sideline. And number 22 for Denver City, Eric Sinaloa, is going to have his hands full in man coverage with Jaden Barrio.
Oh, yeah, the way Jaden Barrio moves, he's good at making cuts. And as long as Sammy can get it to his outside shoulder 90% of the time, Jaden Barrio is going to come down with the ball.
It should be 3rd down, but the down marker says 4th. Did I miss a play somewhere?
No, I believe it's 4th down.
Okay, I'm sorry. And here I was saying I was ready to go, being hard on the refs, and I didn't even know what down it was. We're going to have to punt it away. 4th and 10 from midfield, and Jaden Barrio, who's the punter, the kicker, the punt returner, the kick returner, and a starting receiver and defensive player, kicks the ball. It's going to take a bounce, picked up at the 15. Wildcats, he breaks the tackle. He gets to the 29-yard line, and it's Tate Clark that brings him down. So we'll get our first look at the Denver City offense. 0-0 the score with 10:31 left here in the first quarter of play. Our first quarter tonight is brought to you by the Lance Insurance Agency. Want to say thanks to David McGehee and everyone at the Lance Insurance Agency, proud supporters of the Wildcats. Quarterback goes out of the shotgun. They've got multiple tight ends on the left side. Here's the snap, and they'll go right behind him, but he cuts it back. They'll be hit and wrapped up for a short gain. Well, maybe about 4 on the play. I didn't see who that was that made the initial contact.
Number 52, Ivan Hernandez.
2nd down and 6. Shotgun, empty backfield. 4 in a bunch on the left side. They'll swing it out complete. Wildcats swarm him under, and it's going to be a loss of a yard. That was Jonas Camacho, number 32, that brought him down.
Good job by 32, Jonas Camacho. Also good job by number 1, Jaden Barrios there, keeping the edge secure so he doesn't get outside.
Yeah, played well by the Wildcats defense there. This is a big 3rd down here early on for the Wildcats. I want to say thanks to everybody for watching on YouTube tonight. If you want to listen to the audio, you can go to littlefieldsports.com. Deep pass caught at the 48-yard line for a 1st down into Littlefield territory. That was a bullet brought in by number 12, Jacob Acosta. 1st and 10, Mustangs in Littlefield territory. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off, but Littlefield's all over them. A great job getting into the backfield and the tackle for loss. Jacob Silvas finished him off, but I didn't catch who the first one was that got to him.
That was a designated stunt for number 12, the quarterback, Sammy Signs, back here at free safety. He's trying to guess the snap count, and he guesses it perfectly.
It's going to be 2nd down and about 16 now. 15. 2nd down and 15. Pistol. Here's the snap. They hand it off to the tailback. Right up the middle. Sammy makes the hit and brings him down, but the middle of our defense just opened up. It's a gain of about 9 on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 6. Same formation out of the pistol. Power pistol. Oh, we came early. Sammy tried to time that one out. It's going to be a free play, and it'll be incomplete, but it will be an offsides on Littlefield. And yeah, Sammy he came across too early.
You know, and sometimes that's hard. You want to go, you want to get the quarterback, get the running back, but you got to watch that ball at the same time.
So it'll be 3rd down and short now for Denver City as they put the ball on the Littlefield 38-yard line. 3rd and a yard. Shotgun, here's the snap. Well, it's going to be a loss of a yard on the play. Great job once again by the Littlefield defense.
You know, I'm starting to see number 52, Ivan Hernandez, line up as linebacker. I think he started there, but man, is he getting after it. He's physical. He's meeting them in the backfield with the same kind of force that the running back's going.
Ivan goes 5'9", 185 pounds on the roster. He brings a load. 4th down, they're going for it. 4th and 2. They're going to try to draw us off sides again. We won't bite. Now the quarterback checks with the sideline. Play clock is down to 10. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. He gets the 1st down across the 35 down to the 34-yard line, and that'll move the sticks for Denver City. 7:44 left in the first quarter, 0-0.
You know, Denver City, just looking at them right now, looking at the depth chart, they're huge. So we got to move fast and we got to hit them low.
Yeah, they're big. 1st and 10, Mustangs. Quarterback takes the snap. He drops back to pass. Has time. Lets it fly. Man wide open, and it's overthrown. Fortunately. Quarterback number 3, David Franco. He's a junior. Just had a little too much on that one, fortunately for us. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Stops the clock at 7:22. Two receivers on the right. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. Right up the middle. Short gain on the play. Coach Bryant said in the pregame show they like to mix it up 50-50 pretty much, at least from what he's seen from them this year. Pass and run. 3rd down and 8.
It's kind of showing tonight, right? Run the ball a little bit, then take a deep shot. Either way, good job of number 55, Yuri Ibarra, on the tackle.
If I had a line like that, I'd run it a lot too. 3 receivers tight in a bunch on the right side. Here's the snap and a whistle. And that'll be a false start on the Mustangs.
So big 3rd down here. We got to be expecting pass in the secondary.
So here we go, 3rd down and long for the Mustangs. Here's the snap. Quarterback on a play action is going to roll right. Has a man, and it is caught at the 12-yard line and out of bounds.
You know, we're playing good defense. That was good defense by number 32, Jonas Camacho, but this quarterback is just putting it on the outside shoulder right toward the sideline.
The senior, number 22, Eric Sinaloa, on the catch. 1st and 10, Denver City at the Littlefield 17-yard line. Quarterback takes the snap. They'll hand it off. And he'll be hit and brought down at about the 14-yard line. That was a big smack at the end of that run. Right now, Denver City, you know, they've had a couple of big 3rd down plays when they needed them. You know, we'll hold them, and then they get, like a couple of times on this drive, we've had them 3rd and long, and they've completed a long pass. 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. Here's the snap. Quarterback rolls left, pressure, throws, complete. 15-yard line to the 10 and out of bounds inside the 10, and it looks like that'll be another 1st down or very close to it at the 8.
You know, it's just what we've been talking about. We're getting after it. I'm watching our TNT. They're hustling, but this line is just so big. We got to beat them off the snap.
5 minutes, 38 seconds left, 39 seconds left here in the 1st quarter. The Lance Insurance Agency, 1st quarter of play. 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. Quarterback takes the snap. He'll hand it off. They're going over the right side. Wildcats can't get to him, and he breaks 3 tackles to get into the end zone, and Denver City scores first to make it 6-0. We made them earn it. It was a long drive. It took them a lot of plays to get to the end zone, but man, they're just real physical up front. They're going to try the extra point kick. It is up, and it is through the uprights. And with 5 minutes and 31 seconds left in the 1st quarter of play, your score is Littlefield 0, Denver City 7. We'll be back right after this.
AAA Truck Federated Auto Parts isn't a chain store. It's locally owned by your neighbors who really care about you. John and Charlene McBride and their staff are here to make sure you get the right part at the right price. In addition to quality federated parts, AAA also provides expert vehicle repair, offering oil changes for less money than out-of-town counterparts. Plus, brake jobs, air conditioner service, and more. There's no reason to go anywhere else for auto parts or auto repair. AAA Federated Auto Parts, located north of Littlefield on Highway 385, quality automotive parts and accessories, and Littlefield owned and operated.
Welcome back in to Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. I'm Cody West, along with Ryan West, Olivia on the camera, where the Wildcats, our first drive ended in a punt from the 50-yard line, around the 50. Denver City takes the punt, drives it down the field, and scores, and they lead 7-0. We're going to run the starburst, and it won't do much. Blayton Solis is the one who eventually got the ball, and he carries it to the 24-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Wildcats at our own 19 rather. Correction, 24-yard line.
I know it's been a long day. It's Friday. We got Friday night football.
It's been a long week for some of us. So here we go. Sammy Signs out of the shotgun. Rojas, the running back. Here's the snap. Jose Payan, the tight end, was in motion, and it's going to be a dropped ball. Gabe Mata on the little slant from the left side. Hit him right in the hands. He just couldn't hang on to it. 2nd down and 10. 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. The tight end is on the left. Here's the snap. Complete. Solis all alone. He's to the 40-yard line. Solis to the 49, and he's knocked out of bounds. And that's going to be a First Federal Bank first down for the Littlefield Wildcats.
You know, great run by Blayton Solis, but good look by Sammy Signs. I was looking over here, too. He was wide open in the flat.
Yep, little quick hitter. So here we go, 1st and 10, Littlefield. Sammy takes the snap. He drops back to pass. Now he'll scramble. And Sammy can run. He gets behind a blocker, carries it to the 45, and he's got the first down to the 40-yard line. That's another First Federal Bank first down for the Wildcats. Here we go. Good blocking up front. Let's wear these guys down. Here's the snap. They hand it off. Rojas over the left tackle. Carries it to about the 44. And that's a gain of 4, maybe 5 yards on the play. 4. Mata and Solis are left. Barrio right. Here's the snap. Sammy looking to throw. Looking for Blayton. He goes up, and it is incomplete, but a flag on the play. And that was actually Gabe Mata, the intended receiver.
You know, that's a good job by the officials. I'm seeing a lot of grabbing from the Denver City secondary. Lots of jersey pulling, lots of shoulder grabbing.
There was a couple on the first drive against Jaden that I thought may have been interference, but they didn't draw the flag. So here, we'll see what the call is here. Denver City runs a similar defense as us. Oh, it's going to be a face mask on us. What? And a holding on them. So the penalties will offset. So instead of an interference, it was a defensive holding out there on the back end on our receiver. So they'll replay the down. 3rd down and 6. Here come the Cats. 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Signs takes the snap. He'll hand it off. Rojas nowhere to go. He runs into all those big boys and just has to fight for a yard. Quickly to the line, 3rd and 5. Sammy takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and he'll keep, but he's got nowhere to go. No gain on the play. Running it up the middle is going to be tough for us tonight.
I was going to say, I noticed number 54, James Lockridge, in there. He's doing a good job. He's holding his own. It looks like he's holding his arm right now.
Yeah.
But he's doing a good job. But, man, these defensive linemen, they're huge and they're physical.
Yeah, they're big up front on both sides of the ball, and one of their players is down. Looked like his helmet came off in the action. He's holding his head. You got to make sure those helmets are on tight. That helmet slipped off, and I think he, wasn't intentional by any means, but he got his noggin banged up down in there.
Yeah, getting hit in the face with a helmet don't feel very well.
You got to keep that helmet on, buddy. If it slips off that easy, you better tighten up that chin strap.
Well, going back there, since the offense moves so fast, the number 2 guy always has a hard time getting words in, but I'm really impressed by that last when number 12, Sammy Signs, was running the ball. I got to give credit to 55, Yuri Barr, and 62, Elijah Rodriguez, on those 2 lead blocks.
Yep. Right side of that offensive line. This is a big 4th down for Littlefield. 4th and 5 from the Denver City 35. Play comes in from the sideline. Signs and Rojas in the backfield. Here's the snap, going forward on 4th. Sammy has time to throw, goes deep, looking for Barrio. Caught, flag on the play here on the near sideline. But that was a deep ball to Jaden Barrio that was caught, and that's 2 or 3 now that Sammy's connected with Jaden on that deep pass down the sideline. It's going to be a holding call against Denver City, declined. And it'll be 1st down and goal to go for the Wildcats. It's a First Federal Bank first down from the 4. And Sammy will be under center, it looks like. Signs takes the snap. He'll hand it off on the dive to Rojas, who gets to the 3, maybe the 2. I like that play.
I was going to say, I mentioned it last time. I like when we get up under center, short yardage.
2nd down and goal from the 3. Signs sends Blayton in motion. This time he'll same play, but he fakes the handoff, throws to the end zone. Gabe Mata, touchdown. That's a Heffington Farms Wildcats touchdown, and Littlefield is on the board.
You know, that was a great play from the start, selling the sweep, coming around, then bootlegging out and finding Gabe Mata in the end zone.
That's kind of a triple option play. Actually, you could run 4 different things out of that. You could hand it off to the motion man, to the dive back, keep, or pass. That time, Gabe Mata on the little out in the end zone. Gets open, and Sammy puts it on the money. Here's Jaden Barrio to try the extra point kick. Snap is back, hold is down, the kick is up. And it is through the uprights with 2 minutes and 57 seconds left here in the first quarter of play. Littlefield has tied the game at 7. We'll be back right after this.
It's not about the halls you walk through. It's not about the walls that surrounded you. What lasts is the growth, the connection, memories, and traditions that shape who you become. Here we aren't just building facilities, we're building futures, where modern tools meet timeless values, resilience, integrity, and community. Because what matters most isn't what's new, it's what endures.
Hillcrest Funeral Home is Littlefield owned and operated and has been since 2007. We are proud supporters of the Wildcats, Lady Cats, and our Wildcat Band. I'm Shauna Wagley Hastings, and my promise is to always offer you personal and compassionate care in your time of loss. Hillcrest is hometown, and we are always here for you. Come see us at 1305 Phelps Avenue in Littlefield. Hillcrest Funeral Home, cherish the memories, honor the legacy.
Welcome back in to Wildcat Stadium, the first of 3 home games here on the schedule for the Wildcats. And Littlefield has tied the game at 7 with 2:57 left in the first quarter of play. The Lance Insurance Agency brings you the first quarter. Wildcats will kick it off from the south 40-yard line. Jaden Barrio to do the kicking. High end over end kick, but short. Comes down at the 24. They're going to miss it. It's picked up at the 21, and he dives across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. So, Littlefield defense just kind of got pushed around up front on that first possession by Denver City. It was a long drive that ended in a touchdown, but Wildcats are going to have to use their quickness against these big guys up front. Number 79, Noah Herrera, goes 6'3", 290 pounds. Number 64, Gavin Farrell, goes 5'10", 260, and that's the right side of the offensive line. Here's the snap. They'll run the sweep going to the far side. Littlefield's there, and he's tackled for a loss. Ball came out, but the referee says he was down. Littlefield was led in tackles last week by Ben Castillo with 11. Sammy Signs had 10 tackles, and Jacob Silvas had 9 last week in the winning effort against La Mesa.
On that play, you can give number 8, Ben Castillo, another one, as well as Jonas Camacho.
Shotgun double slot formation, 2nd down and about 15. They'll check with the sideline. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. Littlefield's there. Great job by the Wildcats. Another tackle for loss back at the 15-yard line as we just swarmed him under.
You know, and that's just the junior combo I'm used to seeing. Number 64, A.J. Cantu, and number 66, J.J. Gonzalez, both gang tackling him, making sure he gets down for some loss.
3rd down and 19 now for the Mustangs. 1:44 left in the first quarter. Clock is rolling. 3rd and a long way to go for Denver City. They've converted on several 3rd and longs, but this is the longest so far in the game. Snap, quarterback drops back to pass. Has time, lets it fly. It is incomplete, was overthrown. Looking for number 12, Jacob Acosta, but it falls incomplete, and Littlefield holds the Mustangs to a 3-and-out. Much better performance.
I was going to say that's a lot better by the secondary, adapting, knowing how they're going to play. If it's 3rd and long, they're probably going to throw it, especially when they're backed up in their own territory. That was a good heads-up play by the secondary.
The 2 return men for Littlefield are Jaden Barrio and Blayton Solis, and they're both standing at the 50-yard line. Back to punt for Denver City. The punter standing on his 4. There's the kick. High spiraling kick. Lands at the 44-yard line. Takes a big Denver City roll all the way back to the 25. No return. It'll be Littlefield ball, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line, going the other way with 1:13 left here in the first quarter. What's happening here? Was this a penalty? I didn't see the flag.
It's kind of hard to see because they're throwing it right by the sideline, but...
Yep, it'll be an illegal procedure or a false start. Illegal procedure against Denver City. And I think we're going to make them repunt.
I mean, I would. Make them run a little bit more.
Absolutely. So the punt team is going to have to come back out for Denver City. Number 12, Jacob Acosta, their punter. And he got a good kickoff on that last one. Not kickoff, but he got a good punt off. Hopefully we can get a return on this one.
You know, punt returns are really hard because it happens at all levels of football. Most of the time, you're supposed to fair catch it, but at this level, I mean, I just let it roll too. It's real dangerous trying to get under there and catching it with someone in your face.
And if you're not sure-handed, you have a lot of time to think about it as the ball's flying through the air at you.
That's true, but at the same time, you got someone running full speed right at you.
The punter's now standing at his 3-yard line. And the snap is high, but he pulls it down. Gets a booming kick away this time, but it's shorter. And Jaden Barrio calls a fair catch at the 47-yard line of Denver City. So that was a huge penalty on the Mustangs because it netted us, 15 yards or more, maybe 20.
We have another flag on the field.
What happened this time? Another illegal procedure against Denver City. They're going to assess it at the they're going to assess it on the return. So 5 or 10 yards rather from the end of the return. Ball's on the 44-yard line. So great starting 41-yard line. So great starting field position here for the Wildcats. I know we're at home, but this new press box kind of makes me feel like we're at an away game right now. We got to get used to this place.
That's kind of how I'm feeling. I'm a little nervous.
So here we go. Quarterback out of the shotgun, Sammy Signs. He takes the snap. He'll hand it off. Right up the middle, Jonas Camacho breaks through and gets across the 35 for a gain of 8 to the 33-yard line. Here come the Cats, 2nd down and 2. Camacho's first carry of the night is a good one. Low snap. Sammy picks it up. Now he'll run. And he's going to head to the sideline, and he'll get pushed out of bounds, but that'll be a First Federal Bank first down. Good poise there by the sophomore quarterback. It was a low snap, and he couldn't execute the play, so he wisely just picked it up and took off. 1st and 10, Littlefield. Here's the snap. They'll swing it out too high for the wideout Blayton Solis. That'll be 2nd down now and 10 on the incompletion.
You know, sometimes those just get away from you. You get excited, you want to go, and then you just overthrow it. It slips out your hand.
2nd down and 10 now for Littlefield. Play comes in from the sideline. 31 seconds left here in the first quarter of play. Here's the snap. Sammy looking to throw, has time. He gets it out complete to number 4, Cooper Price, and that's the first catch of the game for Cooper. But it's going to be a short gain. It'll be 3rd and about 6. That's the first or the second catch of the season for Cooper. Sammy's going to run. Tuck that thing under, Sammy. He's going to break a couple of tackles and get the first down. He's still on his feet to the sideline, breaks another tackle. He's to the 5. Sammy inside the goal, the 5-yard line. It's going to be first and goal to go. What a run by Sammy Signs.
I was going to say the elusiveness, the shiftiness on him. Man, he's quick. He's finding little cuts in the defensive line, and he's going.
First Federal Bank first and goal to go from the 3 or the 4. Where's it at? That's the end of the first quarter. We'll start the second quarter with first and goal for the Wildcats. We're tied at 7. We'll be back right after this.
Hard work, honest living, and a family legacy make up the fabric of our ag communities. Conventional ag banking with handshakes is what First Federal Bank does best. We offer farm and ranch real estate financing, ag operating lines of credit, equipment financing, and more. Save money with low competitive operating rates and our long-term fixed-rate real estate options. Call 806-385-7511 or find us online at firstfedlfd.com.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Wildcat Laundry in Littlefield is a proud supporter of Littlefield High School athletics and wants to wish the Wildcats good luck in tonight's game. Wildcat Laundry is a clean, full-service laundromat with quality coin-operated washers and dryers for all your needs. Comforters too big for your home washer? Bring them to the Wildcat Laundry. Need to take care of several loads in a short time? Come to Wildcat Laundry, located at 901 Hall Avenue in Littlefield. Wildcat Laundry says go Cats.
Football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. I'm Cody West along with Ryan West, where the Wildcats are knocking on the door. It'll be first down and goal to go from the 3-yard line to start the second quarter. Our second quarter is brought to you by the Jones family of Wildcat Laundry. Signs out of the shotgun, takes the snap. He'll keep. Looking up the middle, he's wrapped up, pushing against those big guys into the end zone. It's a Heffington Farms Wildcats touchdown. He was wrapped up at about the 2, and he just kept fighting for the goal line, and he got in.
You got to give credit to the offensive line there. You got 54, James Lockridge back there pushing, 55, Yuri Ibarra. They're all pushing him in.
And we've got an injured Wildcat down on the field. With 11 minutes and 52 seconds left in the second quarter of play, Littlefield takes the lead 13-7. And I sure hope we're not dealing with another injury.
He's coming to the sideline. Looked like he got the wind knocked out of him. That don't ever feel good.
It doesn't feel good, but that's at least, it's not you're just hurt. You're not injured, right? So the Wildcats will try the extra point. Cooper Price is the deep snapper. Gabriel Mata, the holder, and Jaden Barrio, the kicker. Snap is back, the hold is down, the kick is up, and it is through the uprights. And Littlefield leads this game 14-7 with 11:52 left in the second quarter. We'll be right back.
Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest, right here in Littlefield, provides grade A, Gold Star quality milk products to manufacturers around the world. We are proud to be here in Littlefield, and we support our student athletes. Our philosophy is to be a good neighbor to everyone in this town. We take pride in our work and in our community. Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest, farms, people, and technology, achieving Gold Star quality. Go Cats!
Welcome back to Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. I'm Cody West along with Ryan West, Olivia Seha on the camera, and the Wildcats with the lead, 14-7. Littlefield on top here in the second quarter of play. 11:52 left in the second quarter. Wildcats will kick it off from the north 40-yard line. Here's Jaden's kick, short end over end kick. Comes down to the 36. It'll be returned. Oh, he broke a tackle. He's off to the races. Down the sideline, one man to beat. That's Sammy, and he runs him down, and he'll make the tackle. But Denver City with great field position. And I don't know if we intentionally kicked that short, but, man, that's dangerous. And Denver City special teams make us pay. It'll be 1st and 10 Mustangs at the Littlefield 19-yard line.
I mean, we had someone there. We went to wrap up. Number 7, Jacob Silvas was there, met him on contact, but he just ran through it.
Coach Bryant's down there arguing that they called fair catch. So now the officiating crew is going to discuss it and say, did anybody see him call fair catch?
You know, I like Coach Bryant's awareness. You know, last game he argued a call that was supposed to be a PI or that we got a PI and it was uncatchable.
Yeah, he won that argument. Let's see if he wins this one. And Coach Bryant, even before the officials make the call, he's going to have his defense line up where he thought the fair catch should have been made.
Did you see a hand?
I didn't. I was watching the ball, but I didn't see the fair catch call. Denver City coaches are all been out of shape over there.
I think all of Denver City's been out of shape over that.
Well, that was a huge return on a very short kick by Littlefield. Oh, and there's going to be a penalty. A personal foul. No?
They're probably moving it back. It is a penalty if you wave your hand and then run with the ball.
Gotcha. But he gave the personal foul calls. I don't know. Maybe that's that's the signal. I don't know, but I like it when the referee has a microphone. So in situations like this, instead of us having to guess, we can just hear it straight from him. But the ball is now spotted at the Denver City 45. We'll take that. Wildcats on top here, 14-7 with 11 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the first quarter of play. Second quarter of play. Thanks.
Well, it's good for the defense to kind of just step back, relax for a minute, and gather their bearings.
Yep. With so many kids playing both ways, any little break like this you get, catch your breath. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 45. Here we go. Quarterback goes out of the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. And now they'll check with the sideline. Littlefield has 10 guys up on the line of scrimmage. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. Wildcats are there to bring him down. No gain on the play, but there's a flag on the far sideline. And it's going to be offsides against us. Dang it. You make a great play, but then you've got to give them 5 yards.
Well, minus the penalty, there was a reason we had 10 guys on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. So it's 1st down and 5 from the 50-yard line. Quarterback rolls to his right, looking to throw, lets it fly. It's complete down the sideline and out of bounds near the 30-yard line. It's a big completion for a 1st down for the Mustangs. 1st and 10 at the Littlefield 30. Denver City quickly back to the line. Trips in a bunch on the right side, but they'll hand it off right up the middle. And Jacob Silvas is there to wrap him up and bring him down for a short gain, if any.
You know, Jacob Silvas is doing a good job getting involved on that last play, too, being the contained man, not letting him get outside, making him throw the ball.
Yeah, Jacob, his position title is defensive end, but he's more of a linebacker, kind of the way that he plays, or the position that he plays. Second down and 10 after no gain on the play. Double slot formation. Quarterback has time, throws, and it is way overthrown. Falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10. He had plenty of time to throw it. It just sailed on him.
Well, we got number 3, Eddie Gomez, a name we haven't called this year. He's a sophomore out there.
Yeah, Eddie got moved up. Eddie got moved up from the junior varsity. He played the JV game last week, and now he's on varsity with the injury to Zane Champion and Nate Castaneda, too. They both played out on the corner some. Double slot formation, quarterback out of the shotgun, running back to his right. Here's the snap. 3-step drop, throws down the far sideline, and he drops it in, incomplete, busted up by Gabriel Mata. That'll make it 4th and 10.
Yeah, that was great coverage by Gabriel Mata out there. He had number 12, Sammy Signs, on him, but that was all Gabe right there.
Now there's going to be a timeout called by Denver City. Stops the clock at 10:41 here in the second quarter. This is a Bill Wells Chevrolet GMC timeout. We'll take it with him, and we'll be right back.
The Heffington family of Heffington Farms and Triple T Irrigation sends all the best to each member of the Littlefield Wildcats this season. Triple T Irrigation is an authorized TL irrigation systems dealer like no other. Hydrostatically powered TL systems are designed to deliver continuous movement to extend gearbox life. Heffington Farms and Triple T Irrigation, proud supporters of the Littlefield Wildcats.
Welcome back to Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. I'm Cody West along with Ryan West. Where we've got a big 4th and 10 coming up. Denver City looks like they're going for it at their own, at the Littlefield 30-yard line. Quarterback drops back to pass, has time, throws to the end zone. Nobody there but a Wildcat, and it's batted down. The receiver closed the gap, but great coverage out there by Eddie Gomez. Eddie could have got him a pick there on his first varsity game, but the ball will go over on downs to the Wildcats.
Well, it may not have been an interception, but Eddie Gomez did a perfect job just staying in front of him when the ball came up. All he did was swat at it.
They tell you nobody gets behind you. Don't let them beat you deep, and sure enough, Eddie was back there. And it's going to be 1st and 10, Littlefield going the other way with 10:32 left in the second quarter. Tonight's second quarter action brought to you by Wildcat Laundry. 1st and 10, here come the Cats. Ben Castillo is now in at running back for the Wildcats. Cooper Price at tight end. Price in motion. Sammy takes the snap, swings it out. It's complete, but a big hit. And it'll be a loss of yardage on the play. Try to swing it out to the running back, Castillo. Oh, no, that was Blayton Solis. I apologize.
You know, those are just real dangerous. You try to run a bubble route with no blocker out there.
2nd down and 12. Sammy drops back to pass, throws deep down the near sideline, looking for Barrio. He goes up, makes a one-handed catch. Jaden Barrio with a left-handed catch. His right hand never touched it. 1st and 10, Littlefield at the Denver City 45. It's a First Federal Bank first down. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off right up the middle. Castillo powers his way forward for a gain of 3, maybe 4.
And, you know, we are just clicking, but Jaden Barrio got the one-handed left-hand catch.
And he is left-handed, by the way. But still. 2nd down and 7. Here's the snap. Sammy's going to keep. Oh, he's wrapped up in the backfield. Yeah, that was a designed quarterback run. But number 57 beats his man off the line, Toby Espinoza. Tackles him back at the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and 10 from the Denver City 45. Sammy looks to pass, flushed out of the pocket. Now he'll run. He won't get much. To the 42, and it's going to be 4th down and 7. Wildcats are going for it. 4th and 7 at the Denver City 43-yard line, 42-yard line. Castillo in motion. Now we've got trips on the left side. Empty backfield. It's 5 wide. Barrio and Price on the right. Mata, Solis, and Castillo on the left. Sammy alone in the backfield. They're going to rush 4. Here's the snap. He's got time. He'll let it fly. Complete for the first down at the 33-yard line to Ben Castillo. That's a First Federal Bank first down.
Yeah, that's a good job by his receiver core. Noticing he's in trouble. He's scrambling and coming back to the line of scrimmage.
1st and 10 Cats. A big 4th down conversion there. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. Ben looking to run. He's got a hole. He breaks through. He's to the 25, to the 20, and goes down inside the 20-yard line. And that's another First Federal Bank first down.
Good lead block by number 54, James Lockridge.
Wildcats now have it 1st and 10 from the 17. Sammy looks to throw. Lets it go to the end zone, looking for Jaden, but it's overthrown and out of bounds. Incomplete pass makes it 2nd and 10. Here comes Camacho. Castillo checks out of the game. Now Jonas Camacho in at running back. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Denver City. They need to catch their breath. Wildcats offense and that tempo putting a lot of pressure on that Denver City offense, or rather Denver City defense. We'll take the timeout with them, and we'll be right back. It's a Bill Wells Chevrolet timeout.
Hey folks, Brian Bruce here from Bill Wells Chevrolet GMC in Plainview. It's time for back to school, and we have a great selection of new and used cars to fit every budget. Call clickbillwellschevrolet.com or come by and see us on I-27. At Bill Wells, we are professional grade, and we want to be your car dealer for life. Come experience the Bill Wells difference, where your next car is in plain view.
Where your next car's in plain view.
Welcome back in to Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. After that Bill Wells Chevrolet timeout, Wildcats will come out onto the field. If you're looking for a new or used car, truck, or SUV, visit Bill Wells Chevrolet GMC in Plainview. 2nd down and 10 for the Cats. Sammy takes the snap, gives to Camacho. He's got a hole. Jonas to the 10, the 5. That's a Heffington Farms Wildcats touchdown. A great job by the offensive line. Opened it up for Jonas, and Littlefield scores again.
You know, we were just talking about all the pieces clicking together, and I was fixing to bring up, it's great having a 3-man running back core with 32, Jonas Camacho getting it in.
Man, that was a big hole against a much bigger defensive line. Here's Jaden Barrio for the extra point kick, and he puts it through, and Littlefield now leads by a score of 21-7. We'll be back right after this.
Trust the Lance Insurance Agency for all your insurance needs. They offer a better way to buy insurance. Visit with David McGehee and let him shop multiple carriers to get the most competitive rate available for auto, home, commercial, life, crop insurance, and more. Go by 2433 South Farwell Avenue in Littlefield, or give David a call at 385-1693 and let him find the best combination of price, coverage, and service just for you. The Lance Insurance Agency proudly supports the Wildcats and Lady Cats in all that they do.
Welcome back to Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. I'm Cody West along with Ryan West, where the Wildcats now lead this game by a score of 21-7 over the Denver City Mustangs. 8 minutes and 14 seconds left here in the Wildcat Laundry second quarter. Here's the kick. Barrio's kick brought down to the 18-yard line. Here's the return. Oh, they've really hurt us on special teams tonight. Big return. He's breaking through. He's into Littlefield territory. We finally run him down at about the 43-yard line.
You know, we're doing a good job. We're wrapping him up, but we're wrapping up high, so he's just breaking through our arms.
So here comes the Littlefield defense. After giving up a touchdown on the opening drive for Denver City, the Wildcats defense has come up big on the last 2 drives by Denver City. See if we can do it again. 1st and 10 Mustangs. Quarterback takes the low snap. He'll hand it off over the right tackle, and he's going to get to the 41. It's a gain of about 4. 2nd down and 6. Empty backfield. They're going to swing it out to the right, complete behind the line of scrimmage. He'll cut it up and gets close to the 1st down, but a flag will come in from way in the defensive secondary.
Came in pretty late, didn't it?
That's going to be a penalty on them. Did you see the call?
Looks like he called holding.
Holding on the Mustangs. Littlefield Wildcats lead this game 21-7 here in the 2nd quarter. It's been an exciting first half so far.
And, you know, I was going to bring this up on offense, and I'm starting to see it on defense a little bit. You know, when is this Denver City line start to get tired? And I'm starting to see a little bit of fatigue now. They're moving a little bit slower, getting up slower, but that's exactly what we want.
Yep. And it's still, there's a lot of football left to play. I mean, they're going to get a break at halftime, but I think by the end of this game, we're going to have them big boys whooped. Here's the snap. Quarterback fakes the handoff, rolls left, throws too high for his intended receiver, and it falls incomplete, and that will bring up 4th down. It'll be 4th and about 12, 13, 4th and 13 from the Littlefield 46-yard line. Decision time for the Mustangs. First-year head coach Coach Doug Duncan, who has been their offensive coordinator in the past, decides to go for it. Trips left, single receiver on the right, quarterback out of the shotgun. 4th down. Here's the snap. Is it 3rd or 4th? Scoreboard says 4th. Down marker says 3rd. They're going to throw deep, and it is intercepted. It doesn't matter what down it is. It's Littlefield ball going the other way. Jaden Barrio with the interception.
Great job by Jaden Barrio reading the quarterback, making a big play on that interception, but he had pressure. The quarterback had pressure from 54, James Lockridge, on his horse.
And the Wildcats get the turnover, and it's 1st and 10. Littlefield going the other way with 7:18 left here in the 2nd quarter of play. Ball spotted on the 31-yard line. You didn't even notice my The Rock reference.
Well, when like a big play happens like that, like an interception or a fumble or a touchdown, it's real hard to hear what's going on around you and to gather the words real fast.
Did you catch it?
I
said
not.
It didn't matter if it's 3rd or 4th down. It doesn't matter what it is.
No, I missed
it. The Wildcats get the turnover. Here's the snap. Sammy signs. He's going to tuck it and run. Sammy, flag on the play. He's going to be out of bounds at the 40, but that'll be in the area of holding. Yeah, that'll be holding on us. That would have been a 9-yard gain, but it's coming back.
Well, going back to your Rock reference, no, I didn't catch it the first time you said it until way after. By that time, it wasn't funny anymore, so
I'm not even really a WWE fan, but I watch a lot of TikTok. So they put it back between the 20 and 21-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 20 now for the Wildcats. Sammy goes out of the shotgun, double slot formation. Here's the snap. Everybody's coming. He's going to throw deep, and it's going to be incomplete, but flags everywhere as Jaden Barrio was just getting mugged. And that'll be pass interference. Number 0, Tony Briones. And, I mentioned it early in the game. Whoever's covering Jaden man-to-man tonight is going to have a hard time.
Of course, because that's just how Jaden plays. You know, Sammy and Jaden's connection. But I told you earlier, the whole Denver City secondary gets real handsy. And I'm finally glad they called that one, but that one was obvious. You couldn't hide it.
1st and 10 from our own 36. Here's the snap. Sammy goes deep. Same play. This time is just overthrown off the fingertips of Barrio, who had his man beat. Just a little too much on it, but I like the play call. Went right back to him.
I was going to say, I like the play call as well. Someone gets a PI, not calling out, not trying to be ugly or anything, but number 0 is probably in his own head about that PI. Pick on him again.
Here's the snap. They're going to hand it off. This time up the middle. Rojas, nowhere to go. No gain on the play, and now it'll be 3rd and 10. Double slot formation. Here's the snap. Sammy stands in the pocket, throws deep. They're going right back to him, and again it's overthrown. Wildcat fans want an interference, and they get it. That was a late flag that came in. This time they put number 22 on Jaden. That's Eric Sinaloa. Different defender, same result.
You know, that's what Jaden Barrio's good at. He's fast and he runs to the outside, but I was going to say, if he doesn't throw that, I mean, that was pretty obvious. He's grabbing the back of his shirt. He's pulling his jersey.
And that'll be a fresh set of downs, a First Federal Bank first down, but they put it back at the 46. So it must have been a spot foul, I guess. Was it holding or pass interference? I wasn't watching the ref.
Must have been holding.
Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. Rojas up the middle. He breaks through across the 50 to about the 48-yard line, and that's a nice gain of about 6. On the play, brings up 2nd down and 4. Right back to the line. Signs, fakes the handoff, and he'll keep. Nowhere to go. He loses 2. Gets tackled back at the 50-yard line. 5:48 and rolling here in the second period of play. Wildcats take the snap. Sammy throws deep, looking for Jaden once again. This time he makes the catch. Breaks loose. Barrio to the 10. That's a Heffington Farms Wildcats touchdown. And they almost held him on that one.
I was going to say, I'm really hoping Coach Mitchell and their calling plays goes back to him again.
And right now, Denver City does not have an answer for Jaden Barrio. Now he scores a touchdown. Now he'll kick the extra point. Gabriel Mata, the holder. Cooper Price, the deep snapper. Hold is down. The kick is up. And it's through the uprights. And Littlefield leads this game 28-7 over the Denver City Mustangs with 5:28 left here in the second quarter. We'll be right back.
Energy Fitness is Littlefield's newest 24-hour fitness center with affordable monthly membership rates and never any contracts. Energy Fitness is for everyone. Whether you want to get in shape, lose weight, build muscle, or just stay in motion, Energy Fitness has something for you. We have free weights, a cardio room, 14-station strength circuit, turf area, and more. Located at 713 West Marshall Howard Boulevard in Littlefield. Call us at 806-551-2371 or visit energyfitnesslfd.com for more information.
Introducing Fades and Foils by Amanda. Located inside JoJo's Attic in Littlefield, Fades and Foils is your one-stop, full-service salon, specializing in men's and women's cuts and styling, balayage, color corrections, all-over color, and even waxing. Let Amanda rescue your hair. Open Tuesday through Friday from 10 to 6 and Saturday from 8 to 2. For an appointment, call 806-598-1988. That's 598-1988. Book now, because demand is high for Fades and Foils by Amanda.
Welcome back into Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. I'm Cody West along with Ryan West, Olivia Seha on the camera. The Wildcats lead this game 28-7 with 5:28 left in the second quarter. Jaden Barrio caught the touchdown pass, kicked the extra point. Now he's going to kick it off. And Jaden doesn't come off the field. He's also our kick returner, our punt returner, starts on offense and starts on defense. And Denver City does not have an answer. Littlefield's going to use a timeout, but we'll keep it right here. It is a Bill Wells Chevrolet GMC timeout. What do you think so far, Ryan? Man.
You know, I'm really enjoying this game. It's just going by so fast that there's not a whole lot of talking time between plays. But what I'm starting to see is we're starting to wear Denver City down like we expected. Denver City, it took a little bit to wear them down, more than I like. But that being said, There's 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second quarter. They still have a whole other half of football left. Jaden Barrio on the outside, he's doing a great job. The other receivers, they're doing a great job pulling the other defenders away, leaving Jaden Barrio one-on-one with the outside defender. They have no answers for him. They're starting to hold. I'll take all the PIs we can get. Just might as well get us down the field and let someone like Jonas Camacho or Daniel Rojas run it into the end zone.
Yep. Coach Mitchell, the offensive coordinator and play caller, he sees what we see, and that's it right now. They just don't – they're going to have to double Jaden at some point, and that's going to open up everybody else. So here we go. Barrio to kick it off from the north 40-yard line. Kick is a line drive, taken at the 15-yard line. We've got to get him. They've had some big returns tonight. He carries it up to about the 34-yard line. But another thing that's really helped us tonight, and I don't know what the differential is between us and them in penalties, but it seems like they've had a lot of costly penalties. In addition to those pass interference calls, they've had a lot of flags on them today in the first half.
Oh, yeah, most certainly, and I'm really loving this. This Littlefield team, they seem to really gel together. They play really disciplined. There's not a whole bunch of flags that we've gotten. I know this is only week 2, but even last week against La Mesa.
That's right. It was a clean football game. 1st and 10, Mustangs. Here's a handoff over the right side. Wildcats can't get to him. He's to the sideline, one man to beat, and he's tackled at about the 45-yard line by who? Jaden Barrio.
Of course. And watching Jaden Barrio on that form tackle, he did a good job going for the legs.
And that saved what would have been an even bigger gain, but it's going to be 1st and 10 Denver City at their own 47-yard line. Quarterback David Franco checks with the sideline. 2 receivers left, one on the right. Here's the snap. He'll hand it off right up the middle, a big hole, and Jaden Barrio makes the tackle after a gain of about 6. It brings up 2nd down and 4. The Wildcat Laundry second quarter ticks down to 4.5 minutes. Shotgun. Franco hands it off. Up the middle, the Wildcats are there to wrap him up after a gain of about a yard. Blayton Solis came away with a football. He thinks he got a fumble, and he did! The Littlefield Wildcats strip it away. Number 6 for the Wildcats, Blayton Solis, came away with the football, and that's another turnover created by the Wildcats defense.
You know, that was number 55, Yuri Ibarra, putting the helmet on somebody. I didn't see the ball come out. I just saw Coach Bryant start pointing to the other end.
Yeah, Blayton Solis came out of the pile with the football.
Good heads up by Blayton Solis, being ready.
And the Denver City coach, Duncan, asking for an explanation from the ref. He's like, hey, I thought he was down, but the referee says no, it'll be Littlefield ball. First Federal Bank, first down, going the other way. Wildcats have it at our own 46-yard line with 4:18 left here in the second quarter. Signs out of the shotgun, 1st and 10. Now a man in motion. That's Gabe Mata. Lines up in the backfield. He'll swing it out to Mata. Complete out here on the near side. Gabe Mata to the 40-yard line. He's to the 30. He's fast. He gets to the 20, and he'll be knocked out of bounds near the 10-yard line. A big gain for the Wildcats on a First Federal Bank first down.
Good job by Gabe on his horse trying to get to the end zone. But that started with a double coverage on number 1, Jaden Barrio, trying to contain him.
1st and goal to go from the 8-yard line. Sammy Signs takes the snap. He's going to keep right up the middle. The hole closes, but the pile pushes to about the 6. 2-yard gain. 2nd down and goal to go from the 6-yard line. Sammy takes the snap. He hands it off. Rojas tries to cut it inside. Not much running room there. He loses a yard to the 7.
You know, you got to give props to the O-line, though. Even though he gets stood up, they keep pushing and pushing.
Yep. Right back to the line of scrimmage. Signs and Rojas in the backfield. Sammy looks to throw, looking for Jaden in the end zone. Almost intercepted, but it falls incomplete. And now it's 4th down. If I'm Coach Bryant, I think I'd kick a field goal here. Yep. Jaden's got the leg to do it. if he's not tired.
I was going to say, he's put in a lot of work, but I mean, so is everybody.
This will be a 25-yard field goal attempt for the Littlefield Wildcats. Jaden Barrio on to kick. Here's the hold. Kick is up. It's got plenty of leg, and it is through the uprights. And Littlefield, with the field goal, makes it 31-7. Wildcats lead it with 2:53 left in the third. We'll be back right after this.
Every bag of FiberMax cotton has 220,000 seeds chock full of innovation, like advanced genetics for longer, stronger fiber, which means 220,000 reasons to hear, "You got what premiums?" And new Accent Flex technology for powerful weed control, which means 220,000 reasons to say, "Heck yeah, I grew that." FiberMax cotton from BASF. Innovation in every bag. Always read and follow label directions.
Think big, print big with Slate Group. Slate Group is an experienced commercial printer specializing in all your printing needs. From large to small quantities and quick turnaround times, Slate Group is the only call to make. In addition, we offer customized promotional products. Our focus on quality craftsmanship can be seen on print collateral across the nation. Located at 6024 45th Street in Lubbock, our Slate Group team is local and committed to helping you achieve and surpass your goals. Visit us online at www.slategroup.com to discover how we can deliver an exceptional product that elevates your presence.
Welcome back into Littlefield Wildcats football. While we were at break, Jaden Barrio kicks it off. It was a ground ball that was just stopped in its tracks right at the 45-yard line by Denver City.
You know, I'll give credit to number 50 from Denver City. That ball was coming right at him, and he just caught it.
And they'll spot it at the 47. First and 10, Mustangs at their own 47. They have the ball with 2:51 left in the second quarter. Remember, Denver City will get the ball to start the second half. Here's a handoff going to the right side, and the Wildcats are there. Ben Castillo shoots the gap and brings them down for a loss.
You know, that's the Ben we're used to seeing, where he shoots the gap and just gets him in the backfield. That was a good job.
Loss of 3 makes it second down and 13. The clock is still rolling here. 2:28 left. 2:28 and rolling on the scoreboard, down to 2:20 now. Quarterback out of the shotgun, takes the snap. He's going to drop back to pass, dumps it off, out in the flat, complete. Lots of running room here. And the Wildcats will run him out of bounds. Eddie Gomez makes the play.
You know, for being just a sophomore on JV, getting moved up to varsity, Eddie's really held his own tonight.
It'll be third down and 1 after that gain from the Wildcats' 44-yard line. Mustangs, it's going to be a low snap. Quarterback, all he can do is fall on top of it, and that's going to be a big loss. Man, we had a chance to get another turnover there. The quarterback does fall on top of it. We'll have an official's timeout here. Oh, it's that 2-minute timeout. Minute 59 left here in the second quarter of play. Littlefield Wildcats lead this game 31-7 over the Denver City Mustangs. Those 2-minute timeout, we'll just keep it right here as we've got the halftime break coming up. Be sure and stick around for the halftime break. We'll recap the first half. We'll talk about some NFL and college games. Ryan's, it's usually just a college football report, but you may talk a little NFL tonight as well.
There is a game going on tonight.
We'll also talk to Coach Jared Thomas, who's the cross-country coach. Littlefield is hosting a cross-country meet tomorrow, and we'll be talking to Coach Thomas at halftime as well about the cross-country meet that's going on here in Littlefield tomorrow morning. So a big fourth down here, but Denver City will punt it away. Punter standing at his own 36-yard line. The 2 return men for the Wildcats are at the 20. Here's the punt, line drive. Yeah, we're going to let it go. It's down at the 17. It will be first and 10 Littlefield going the other way from our own 17-yard line. 1 minute and 50 seconds left, 150 left here in the second quarter, the Wildcat Laundry second quarter.
So what are you thinking? You think we're going to go down and score, or you think we just run the clock out?
Let's go score.
I agree with you. I like playing let's guess Coach Mitchell's mind.
If I'm Coach Mitchell, I'm going to try at least one more deep pass to Jaden Barrio down the sideline. They've got number 0 trying to cover him now. That's Tony Briones. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left, and a whistle. I think there was movement on the line. Was it a timeout or a penalty? Timeout. Coach Bryant calls the timeout. I thought it may have been offsides on Denver City, but the timeout was called before the snap. It's a Bill Wells Chevrolet timeout. And again, we'll just keep it right here with 1:49 left here in the first half of play. You know, earlier we were talking about the improvements to Wildcat Stadium, the new press box and whatnot, the paint job. But one thing we didn't mention was the new lights.
I was going to say that. Did y'all notice during the touchdown, it was kind of waving over? If anybody's ever been to Tech with their new lights, I was like, where am I at? Am I at AT&T Stadium?
But the thing I like about it is there's no dark spots on the field. Remember, we used to have like dark spots on the field, and now it's just evenly lit from end zone to end zone. Nice bright light, looks good. So after the timeout, it'll be 1st and 10 Littlefield. Trips right, single receiver on the left, movement rather. That'll be a false start on us. Yeah. And Tate Clark jumped. Just kind of came out of his stance a little early. Big number 70 down there. Julian Cardenas, 320-pound sophomore. Had his hands on his hips. He's sucking wind. Here's a deep ball looking for Blayton Solis, and it is incomplete. There was contact, but no flags. And it'll be 2nd down and 15. Clock stops at 1:40. 31-7 our score. Littlefield on top. Here's the snap. Sammy, he's going to run. He has a hole. He cuts it inside. He powers his way to the 20-yard line. It's a nice gain, but still it's going to be 3rd and long. We'll call it 3rd and 7. 3rd and 6, rather. Empty backfield. We're going 5 wide. Now we'll check with the sideline. 1:15 and rolling. Here's the snap. Sammy looking to throw. He's flushed out of the pocket. Sammy running for his life. Cuts it upfield. He's going to get the first down and then some to the 34-yard line. Another First Federal Bank first down. Under a minute to go. Littlefield has 1 timeout remaining. Here's the snap. Empty backfield. Sammy throws. Looking to the sideline for Barrio, but it's overthrown. Stops the clock at 54 seconds. It'll be 2nd and 10.
You know, Sammy's making good decisions, deciding he wants to run the ball, at least getting the first down. You're up 31-7. You're fixing to go into halftime. I mean, you want to score, of course, but if you don't, it's no big deal.
Double slot formation, 2nd down and 10. Sammy takes the snap, looking to throw. He's flushed out. Sammy running, holding call, it looks like. There's a flag in the backfield, and the pass is incomplete. And a flag downfield. The intended receiver was Gabe Mata, and I think he was held on his route. So this may be offsetting holding calls.
You know, that's been a common factor for this Denver City defense. We're so fast on the outside. We take off running. It gets behind number 0. He starts grabbing jerseys.
So let's see what the referee gives us. .44 seconds on the clock. Holding against us. Holding against them. They offset, and we'll replay the down. There have been many years where we are cooking. The first, second, third, fourth, fifth games of the season, we have been blessed with beautiful weather here tonight. Football weather. Second down and 10. Sammy takes the snap. He hands it off right up the middle. Rojas breaks through. He's got the first down, and he will be tackled near the 49-yard line. It's a First Federal Bank first down. That's about a 15-yard gain right up the middle. 35 seconds. Here's the snap. Sammy looking to throw. Has Barrio down the sideline. Overthrown. And I think Jaden's tired.
I was going to say, we've utilized him so much on this outside. I like what we're doing. You know, I completely agree with him. That's exactly what we were talking about, but Jaden is tired. He's walking back to the line.
Yeah, if he was going, he wasn't full speed on that one. Second down and 10. Here's the snap. They're going right back to it. This time he cuts back in, and it's incomplete. He had to come back for it. And now it'll be third down and 10 with 20 seconds left. Take a couple more shots. What do you think?
I'd say go for it.
Run a trick play. Sammy takes the snap. They'll hand it off right up the middle to about the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Rojas on the carry, and we're down to 10 seconds. We'll see if Coach Bryant lets it run out. 4, 3, 2. Here's the snap. Little pass outside to Blayton Solis at the buzzer. And Blayton will be wrapped up and tackled, and that will be the end of the first half of play. But an exciting first half and a great first half for the Littlefield Wildcats, who lead this game by a score of 31-7 over the visiting Mustangs of Denver City. Let's take a timeout. We'll be back in about 2 minutes with your halftime show right after this.
At Littlefield ISD, we're not just upgrading facilities, we're creating opportunities. Where students excel in dual credit courses, engage in effective vocational programs, and achieve associate's degrees upon graduation. Our staff brings real-world experience, guiding students to think critically and solve problems. Here we stand united in our mission to develop and inspire every student as we embrace the spirit of Wildcat magic.
Hillcrest Funeral Home is Littlefield owned and operated and has been since 2007. We are proud supporters of the Wildcats, Lady Cats, and our Wildcat Band. I'm Shauna Wagley Hastings, and my promise is to always offer you personal and compassionate care in your time of loss. Hillcrest is hometown, and we are always here for you. Come see us at 1305 Phelps Avenue in Littlefield. Hillcrest Funeral Home, cherish the memories, honor the legacy.
On your corner and in your corner, headquartered in Littlefield, Texas since 1946, First Federal Bank is your hometown bank with hometown personalities. No name changes, no 1-800 numbers, no branches, just roots right here in Littlefield, Texas, home of the Fighting Wildcats. Come in and join the winning team and experience First Federal Bank hospitality today. First Federal Bank Littlefield, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS 494763.
Wildcat Laundry in Littlefield is a proud supporter of Littlefield High School athletics and wants to wish the Wildcats good luck in tonight's game. Wildcat Laundry is a clean, full-service laundromat with quality coin-operated washers and dryers for all your needs. Comforters too big for your home washer? Bring them to the Wildcat Laundry. Need to take care of several loads in a short time? Come to Wildcat Laundry, located at 901 Hall Avenue in Littlefield. Wildcat Laundry says go Cats.
Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest, right here in Littlefield, provides grade A, Gold Star quality milk products to manufacturers around the world. We are proud to be here in Littlefield, and we support our student athletes. Our philosophy is to be a good neighbor to everyone in this town. We take pride in our work and in our community. Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest, farms, people, and technology, achieving Gold Star quality. Go Cats!
Here in Texas, tradition runs deep on the field and in our communities. For nearly 120 years, Wellington State Bank has stood by the citizens of Littlefield through tough times and touchdowns. From your first savings account to your game-winning business loan, we're here for every play. Wellington State Bank, your partners in progress in Wildcat Nation. Come see us today at 501 Phelps Avenue in Littlefield. Let's go Wildcats. Member FDIC.
Welcome back into Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. We are at halftime where the Wildcats lead this game by a score of 31-7 over the visiting Denver City Mustangs. We'll talk about the first half in just a moment. But first, let's visit with head girls athletic coordinator, Coach Jared Thomas. In addition to being the girls coordinator, you're also the head cross-country coach. And y'all have a big cross-country meet tomorrow.
Yes, sir, that's correct. Yeah, we're going to host the third annual Littlefield Invitational. We're going to have 22 schools coming out and over 500 athletes running through this area. So it's going to be hopefully a good day of competition, and looking like the weather's going to be good to run too.
You know, we were talking about that a few minutes ago for tonight. You know, most years at this point of the season, we're cooking. Right? I mean, you're just hot.
Yes.
You know, it takes at least 3 or 4 weeks into the football season when things finally start cooling down a little bit. But, man, we've been fortunate to have great weather this weekend. Tomorrow morning is going to be nice and cool. So, you know, you mentioned this is the third year that you've hosted this cross-country meet. The actual course is out here around Wildcat Stadium in the administration building. Is that right?
Yes, sir. We're going to start over there in the practice field. We'll run out and around that, go around the maintenance building, go through the visitors parking lot area, around the stadium. We go out past admin, that field that's out there behind admin. We go around that and around the baseball and softball fields, and we come back into the practice field. The girls and junior high, they'll all make 2 laps, and then they'll finish here on the football field right across the Wildcat. And the boys, they have to do 3 laps to make them 3 miles, and then they'll finish there as well.
I got you. Well, it sounds like a whole lot of fun and a lot of kids, and I'm sure a lot of coordination with that many runners. How do you guys, you run it in stages? You run the junior high kids first and then the girls, or how does that go?
Well, we'll start off with our varsity girls and our varsity boys, and then I'll go to JVs and then junior highs. So we'll have 6 races total. We're actually got quite a few of the Lubbock schools coming as well, and we're going to have a couple of them. They wanted to have their girls run with our JV boys. That way they can run the 3 miles that they run at district and beyond. And so it'll be a pretty exciting race for that. That kind of helps those numbers. Our JV boys numbers are usually a little bit lower than a lot of the other team divisions, but we'll have about 100 runners in almost every division, and then we'll have about 50 people in that race.
That's cool, and I'm glad that you guys are doing that now. Before you started this thing 3 years ago, I don't know if we ever had a cross-country meet in Littlefield. Probably never. I don't know.
To my understanding, that's the case.
Yeah.
Everybody around here, they said that they can't remember ever hosting one here. And, I mean, I think it's just a great opportunity for our kids to run at home. You know, there's a lot of great meets around here, and we enjoy going to those other places and running different courses. But, you know, it's nice to be able to have an opportunity for those kids to run here in Littlefield. Their parents can come out, grandparents, cousins, you know, you name it. Everybody can come out and watch them.
Absolutely. So with all those kids, all those teams coming in, surely you've got some powerhouses coming in. Who are you going to see with just some outstanding runners, especially from the larger classifications?
I mean, I'm really excited because we're going to have both the Lubbock Cooper schools as well as Lubbock Coronado. I'm excited to have those runners. I know they've got a lot bigger class to pull from. And so I'm hoping that we're going to have a lot of good runners from them. Levelland always has some good runners. There's a lot of areas around here that just have a lot of good runners, and I hope they can come out here and push my runners to do a lot better and just improve themselves.
So let's talk about our teams for a little bit. Talk about our girls cross-country team.
Our girls team, I mean, we've got a young team. We have one senior, Sophie Garcia. She's kind of our leader on that. She came in last year. And then we have junior Kobe Saldana, who's, you know, she went to regionals last year and placed 6th in district, and that was a good opportunity for her. You know, she's quite busy with everything she does.
Yeah.
And then we've got a lot of sophomores that are on that team with Ani Ojeda and Adriana Cadillo, Evelyn Castillo, Jasmine Almonte. They're just a good group that they all work hard. They come in and do everything we ask them to do to try to get better each day.
How's the boys team looking?
On the boys team, I mean, we got a good group. We're not as deep as we'd like to be, but we've got about 5 or 6 that are running real well. I mean, Noah Villanueva, he loves to run. He's doing all kinds of camps and everything and just out there working. He actually won the Dimmitt meet last week and actually, you know, won by about 30 seconds over the next place guy, which is pretty cool. And I'm excited to see what he can do here. But we also have a lot of other kids. Angel Pacheco, he's a freshman. He plays football. He came out, and he was our number 2 last week and just really did well at his first 3-mile race. Then we also have Aiden Manicki. We have Isaac Mata, Ramiro Candelario, and Ana Ayala. That, they're all, a lot of them have a lot of experience. They've been in this program, and it's exciting to see what they can do. And I think, my goal is to get both those teams back to regionals and see what we can do from there.
Yes, sir. You talk about Noah loving to run, and he may not be the only one, but I'll tell you this. In the summertime, I would see Noah just running around town.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he just runs on his own,
Yeah, he gets out there, and he just wants to go run, go get those long runs in. He'll do 60 minutes, 70 minutes, and and he's loving it. But he loves to get out here and get the speed work in too, and doing repeats and different things like that. I mean, he just absolutely loves it. Went to camp right before we started the season, and they were doing 8-10 miles a day there, and he came back and he couldn't stop talking about it. He was just absolutely loved it.
That's awesome. So what time are we getting started in the morning?
We're going to start off the first race at 8 a.m., and then we'll be on a rolling schedule. So roughly, but most of the girls or the 2-mile races, you're looking at about 20 to 25 minutes between the next race. The boys with the 3K or the 5K, you're going to move out there to about 30 minutes to make sure you get that race done and then get started off. So
all right,
we'll start at 8, and then we should be done about 11 o'clock or so.
All right, good deal, man. Well, thank you so much for coming in to visit with us. We encourage the community to come out, not just parents and relatives. I mean, it's pretty cool to get a cross-country meet here in town. And, it starts off at 8 in the morning, beautiful weather. We encourage everybody to come on out and cheer on the Wildcats and Lady Cats cross-country teams.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, and I encourage everybody to come out. It's a great opportunity and see what these kids are doing.
All right, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. You're welcome back anytime.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll see you. Coach Jared Thomas here at the halftime show. The Denver City Mustangs band has just finished their performance. Our halftime show tonight brought to you by Wellington State Bank. I'm going to move the camera, maybe a little herky-jerky for a minute here, but I'm going to move the camera down to see if I can get the Marching Cats as they get ready for their halftime performance. The Littlefield Marching Cats in their second week performing at the halftime break. And Littlefield, of course, without Miss A now. Miss A, Bonnie Anderson, retired. And the Marching Cats now are, regrouping this year under new leadership, new band direction. But they sounded great in Lamesa, and this will be the first time the home crowd gets a chance to see the Marching Cats here this season at Wildcat Stadium. We're joined now by Ryan West. Well, Ryan, first half, I'll tell you this, in the beginning of the game, when Denver City went up 7-0, we took the opening kickoff. We weren't able to do much, maybe 2 first downs, and then Denver City gets the ball. They have a long drive that ended in a touchdown, and then we scored to tie it at 7. And after that, we didn't look back, and we lead it now 31-7. Pretty impressive first half by the Wildcats on both sides of the ball.
Oh, of course. And, I was going to point out all the positives. When Denver City first came out, they're big, they're physical, it's intimidating. But I was just waiting for the moment that we just run them, just bury them. Run them out the stadium like we usually do because we're so conditioned, and that's what we practice. That's what Coach Bryant, Coach Mitchell, all the coaching staff, that's what we practice to just keep them going, very conditioned. Coach Bryant likes to do all the conditioning while they're practicing. So you go hard and you go fast and leave nothing in the tank. And I'm seeing a lot of great things, like 54, James Lockridge. I've mentioned him a few nights. I've watched him. He's in hurry-up mode. He's in beast mode. He's running as fast as he can downfield to get a lead block. He's pushing. AJ can too. Yuri Olibari, the usual guys, they're making a big line or a big strong wall for Sammy Signs back there. Blayton Solis is doing a great job running the ball, our 3-man trio. I know we saw a little bit of Ben Castillo back there. 33, Daniel Rojas. At 32, Jonas Camacho. We're getting those guys in and out in the backfield, and we're just moving. We keep fresh legs in there. We're going to be good. And the good thing is we're so physical. I've talked about physicality all year, but especially tonight I'm seeing it. We're getting met at the line of scrimmage, and we keep driving. And as well as we keep driving, our line gets behind them and starts pushing as well. So it's a whole team effort.
We've only seen, 6 quarters of football this year. But to me, and I keep thinking about this in my head, there's one word that describes the 2025 Littlefield Wildcats to me, and that's effort. Like, man, we just give outstanding effort on every play. And you just mentioned a bunch of the kids individually, but we just get after them. And, I know that's going to be, there's going to be times where we run into some good teams, and it's going to be our effort. I'm not saying Lamesa and Denver City aren't good teams, but what I'm saying is when we get into district play, we've got to maintain this effort because our kids, we mentioned Jaden Barrio a lot, but we don't have a lot of stars. We don't have like one or two stars. We have a lot of stars, right? A lot of kids making plays, and it's effort and conditioning and great game planning by our coaches.
I was going to say the other thing is the coaching staff. Coach Bryant arguing calls. That's twice he's argued a call and got it right. The fair catch on the kickoff last week in Lamesa, saying the ball was uncatchable, and they wave off the PI. Coach Mitchell taking shots with Jaden Barrio. You see that he's going to hold every time. The Denver City corner, the defender, he's running downfield. He's grabbing jerseys. Throw it again. He does it again. Throw it again. One of these breaks, just like it happened, like we saw, Jaden Barrio made a catch and took it into the house.
Denver City beat a good Roosevelt team last week by a score of 31-14. And Littlefield leads Denver City here 31-7 at the halftime break. So the Marching Cats have completed their halftime performance here, and we still have about 10 minutes left in the halftime break. Our halftime show brought to you by Wellington State Bank. So what's going on in the world of college and NFL football? What's happening?
There's a lot going on. The preseason rankings, they kind of lied to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't mean to.
They always do. Those guys, they don't know what they're talking about in college football. You need to play a few games before you decide to put out rankings, in my opinion.
And that's what we were talking about. So tonight I got the top 25 scores from last week. Iowa State goes. We talked about this last week because they played on a Thursday, I believe, or a Friday. One of those nights they played. Iowa State, they play out of country, and they beat Kansas State 24-21. They were 22-17. Those were the two rankings. Boise State gets blown out by South Florida. Illinois obviously dominated the little cream puff team they play. But going into that Saturday, we were looking, Ohio State, Texas with Arch Manning, a young Arch Manning, goes into Ohio State, very hostile territory, and they lose 7-14. That makes Texas go down. I believe they're number 7. I'll look at the rankings here in a minute. Number 2, Penn State stays up there. Another upset, which you could call it an upset, even though no one's really played yet, to get a good ranking. But Clemson falls to LSU, number 9. Clemson was number 4, 17-10. Georgia blows out Marshall, Oregon, Montana State. Oregon wins that one. Here's another big one. The number 8 Alabama. Everybody thinks, Alabama is this still powerhouse. I know a lot of people don't, but
Nick Saban is gone.
Nick Saban is gone. It's a different Alabama. Florida State 31, Alabama 17. Arizona State wins. Michigan, Florida, SMU, Kansas State. All these games we're expecting. Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Indiana, Ole Miss. Texas Tech playing Arkansas Pine Bluff. I made the joke last week that it was a high school. Syracuse. And then the big one on that Sunday, they played on a Sunday. Miami and Notre Dame. The number 6 Notre Dame made it to the Natty last year. They fall to Carson Beck in Miami 27-24. That was a big game, big upset. So the rankings move. Ohio State 1, Penn State 2, LSU 3, Georgia 4, Miami 5, Oregon 6, Texas 7, Clemson 8. I'm missing number 9, South Carolina 10, 11 Illinois, 12 Arizona State, 13 Florida, 14 Florida State. Moved all the way up from being unranked to 14. I'm just going to give the rest of these not in any particular order. Oklahoma 18, Michigan 15, Iowa State 16, SMU 17, Texas A&M 19, Ole Miss 20, Alabama dropped to 21, Tennessee 22, Indiana 23, Tech, even though they blew out Arkansas Pine Bluff, they dropped to 24, and Utah making their way in 25.
Well, there you go. The world of college football. It's always fun and exciting. And, of course, tomorrow Texas Tech will host Kent State at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll be there for that one. That ought to be fun for a little bit.
After tonight, all this excitement with high school world, I'm going to have a hard time getting up.
Let's take a look at some high school scores. Yeah, we're going to have an early morning tomorrow for that 11 o'clock kickoff. So let's take a look at some scores from around the area, just randomly, some games of interest. At halftime, Lubbock Cooper Liberty leads Idalou by a score of 21-12. Liberty over Idalou. Also tonight, or this may have been last night, Whit Harrell 45 very best. The final score there was 46-0. San Angelo Lakeview leads Snyder 28-6 at the half. We have Amarillo Tascosa over Wichita Falls Legacy 39-3. That's a halftime score. Also tonight, Plainview leads Pampa 20-14 at the half. We have Hale Center over Plains 16-0 in the third quarter. Breckenridge and Childress are tied at 7 in the third quarter. The Sudan Hornets are blowing out Tahoka tonight, 27-0 in the third quarter. Morton trails Wheeler 36-6 at the halftime break. Canyon Randall all over Monahans 30-0 at halftime. It's New Deal over Roosevelt 14-6 in the third quarter. Levelland over Pecos 28-7 at the halftime break. Seagraves over Vega 21-0 in the third quarter tonight. Slayton Tigers all over Brownfield 46-0 at the halftime break. Muleshoe leads Lamesa 32-7 at halftime. Hereford in a close game over Estacado 14-13 at halftime. Seminole over Shallowater 28-7 in the third quarter. River Road leads Tulia 20-0 at the halftime break. Lubbock Cooper leads Lubbock Coronado 28-0 at the half. It's Olton over Dimmitt 20-0 at the half. Lockney leads Floydada 37-6. A couple of other scores up north. You've got Wellington trailing Frederick, Oklahoma 13-10. Abernathy over Sunray 14-8 in the third quarter. Andrews Mustangs lead Canyon 16-8 at the halftime break. Greenwood from Midland over Sweetwater 19-8. Coahoma, who's on our schedule, they're leading Roscoe 14-3. And finally, another score from around the area in six-man action. Sands leads O'Donnell by a score of 34-23. Let's take another break, and we'll be back with your second half action here as the Wildcats lead it 31-7. We'll be back right after this.
At Littlefield ISD, we're not just upgrading facilities, we're creating opportunities. Where students excel in dual credit courses, engage in effective vocational programs, and achieve associate's degrees upon graduation. Our staff brings real-world experience, guiding students to think critically and solve problems. Here we stand united in our mission to develop and inspire every student as we embrace the spirit of Wildcat magic.
Hillcrest Funeral Home is Littlefield owned and operated and has been since 2007. We are proud supporters of the Wildcats, Lady Cats, and our Wildcat Band. I'm Shauna Wagley Hastings, and my promise is to always offer you personal and compassionate care in your time of loss. Hillcrest is hometown, and we are always here for you. Come see us at 1305 Phelps Avenue in Littlefield. Hillcrest Funeral Home, cherish the memories, honor the legacy.
On your corner and in your corner, headquartered in Littlefield, Texas since 1946, First Federal Bank is your hometown bank with hometown personalities. No name changes, no 1-800 numbers, no branches, just roots right here in Littlefield, Texas, home of the Fighting Wildcats. Come in and join the winning team and experience First Federal Bank hospitality today. First Federal Bank Littlefield, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS 494763.
Wildcat Laundry in Littlefield is a proud supporter of Littlefield High School athletics and wants to wish the Wildcats good luck in tonight's game. Wildcat Laundry is a clean, full-service laundromat with quality coin-operated washers and dryers for all your needs. Comforters too big for your home washer? Bring them to the Wildcat Laundry. Need to take care of several loads in a short time? Come to Wildcat Laundry, located at 901 Hall Avenue in Littlefield. Wildcat Laundry says go Cats.
Welcome back into Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. Cody West and Ryan West here at Wildcat Stadium where Littlefield leads this game. by a score of 31-7. Littlefield Wildcats. I'm trying to get my camera straight. Apologies for the shakiness. I don't know where my camera girl went. She probably went down there to watch the band.
It always seems like we're losing someone from the camera.
Yeah, you know, it's not a very high-paying job. Littlefield Wildcats. Wildcats did win the toss prior to the game and elected to receive, so Littlefield will kick off to start the second half here. 31-7 Wildcats. It's getting a little chilly out here. The wind is picking up, starting to cool off, even more than it already was.
It's just, you're right, it's the perfect football weather. A little cold, a little chilly.
So here we go, Jaden Barrio. Hopefully Jaden got some rest at halftime. Let Jaden get a drink and prop his feet up for a little bit at the halftime break. He's going to kick it off here. It's a high end-over-end kick, comes down at the 20-yard line. Here's the return. And he'll be bottled up and brought down at about the 27. Much better job on the kickoff team there to cover the return man.
You know, and those are the halftime adjustments that you want to see from the Coach Brian and the coaching staff, and then the players actually executing it. We had problems on the kickoff return when we were kicking off. You know, they'd get huge yardage plays, and now we're there to wrap them up and bring them down. I think it's starting to sprinkle out here.
Yeah, I think so. The wind is really picking up. It will be 1st and 10 Denver City. They're going into the wind here. The wind's coming out of the northwest. Or northeast, rather. And they're going to hand it off up the middle. Wildcats are all over him. It's going to be a loss of a yard. And a great job there by the defensive front.
66, J.J. Gonzalez, and number 7, Jacob Silvis on the cleanup.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 11. Quarterback out of the shotgun for the Mustangs. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left, and the snap goes past him. All he can do is fall on it, but he can't get on it. And Littlefield has the football. It's Wildcats ball, 1st down, going the other way at the 10-yard line.
You know, I'm finally glad Sammy Sines got on that football, because if you remember earlier in the first half, one exactly like it happened, and he couldn't get to it.
And Littlefield will have the ball 1st down, and either 1st and goal or 1st and 10. From the 11. They'll spot it at the 11. 1st down and 10 from the 11-yard line for Littlefield, and another Denver City mistake. Wildcats capitalize. Here come the Cats. Sammy Sines and Daniel Rojas in the backfield. Here's the snap. They give to Rojas. Not much running room. No gain on the play. Took it off a left tackle, but again, them big boys for Denver City take up a lot of space. Sammy takes the snap, drops back to pass. He's flushed out. Oh, Sammy is going to be sacked back at the 16-yard line. They give him forward progress to the 15, but now it's going to be 3rd down and long. We can get a 1st down if we get to the 1, but let's just score. 4-down territory, no doubt here. Trips left, single receiver on the right. That's Cooper Price. Oh, correction, we're going 5 wide. I didn't see Jaden out here on the sideline. Cooper Price and Jaden Barrio on the right. Rojas, Mata, and is that Ben Castillo left. Here's the snap. Sammy flushed out, flag on the play, and it's just going to fall apart. He'll get tackled back at the 20-yard line, and I believe that's going to be a hold on us.
Actually, I think that's number 6 out there, Blayton Solis.
Apologies to Blayton. Holding on us, yeah. Man, this thing went from bad to worse. So, I think right now, I mean, they're just, Denver City got some rest also, right? So they're firing off on the line defensively up front. We've got rain just blowing in now. But I think I'd try a little quick hitter.
You know, we talked about it earlier, and I wasn't worried about this. I was expecting Denver City to come out firing on all cylinders, but we just got to wear them down again, just like we did in the first half.
Yep. We've got windy rain going on and a big shift for the Wildcats. And we're going to try a field goal here. Jaden Barrio will try a field goal from the 29. This is a 39-yard kick. He's got the wind to his back. And a flag. It'll be a delay of game, and I don't know if we can try it now.
Kind of get hit in the face. I was going to say, if you listen last year, if you had players playing last year, I'd rather have this than that Abernathy game. Remember when our equipment was shutting down and we were in that hot box?
Oh, that's happened more than once. Wildcats, what are we doing now? We're going to go for it. Another big shift. A lot of players moving. Play clock is to 18. We've still got time here. Signs. Takes the snap, throws deep to the end zone. Barrio catches the pass, but he didn't get the first down. We needed to get to the 1, and he got to the 2. And the ball will go over on downs. We were a yard short. No, they're going to give it to us. Hold on. I don't think we got it.
I don't know. You don't think we got it? I think he fell right at the 1. Let's see where they spot it.
Yeah, no, we didn't get it. It'll be 1st and 10, Denver City going the other way. You know, I thought we were rainproof up here in this new press box, but with it blowing, the wind blowing like it is, it's blowing that rain right in on us.
Well, you can't expect it to be rainproof when we live in a wind, rain, dust.
Denver City 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line. Quarterback is in the end zone. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. Big hole, but it closes quickly. Ball comes out, and it's Littlefield football. James Lockridge recovers a fumble, and it's Littlefield ball going the other way.
You know, that was a great hit. Whoever hit the quarterback or the running back made it pop out. These wet conditions, you got to hold on to the ball security. But just like I was talking about, James Lockridge being ready, he got up with the ball. He was fixing to run it to the end zone.
Littlefield Wildcats are back in business. 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. We turn it over on downs at the 2. They fumble it. We get back on it. So here we go. Littlefield, 1st and 10, and a timeout taken by Denver City. It's a Bill Wells Chevrolet timeout. We'll take it with them, and we'll be right back.
Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest, right here in Littlefield, provides grade A, Gold Star quality milk products to manufacturers around the world. We are proud to be here in Littlefield, and we support our student athletes. Our philosophy is to be a good neighbor to everyone in this town. We take pride in our work and in our community. Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest, farms, people, and technology, achieving Gold Star quality. Go Cats!
Here in Texas, tradition runs deep on the field and in our communities. For nearly 120 years, Wellington State Bank has stood by the citizens of Littlefield through tough times and touchdowns. From your first savings account to your game-winning business loan, we're here for every play. Wellington State Bank, your partners in progress in Wildcat Nation. Come see us today at 501 Phelps Avenue in Littlefield. Let's go Wildcats. Member FDIC.
Welcome back in to the Wildcat Stadium. Wildcat just ran a play. We missed it. But it was no gain for Rojas. 2nd down and 10. Here's the snap. Sammy looking to throw off the mark. He had a man open. Blayton Solis, but he just threw it at his feet. Blayton didn't have a chance at it, so. It'll be 3rd down and 10. And apologies, we got rain just blowing in on us. Sammy out of the shotgun. Here's the snap, throws to the end zone. Barrio can't hang on, and now it'll be 4th and 10. Sorry I didn't turn your mic on. I've got all kinds of stuff happening over here.
No, that's fine. I'm worried about this equipment too.
Yeah.
I don't want. You might get glass shatter effect all over the football field. So Jaden Barrio lines up to kick.
Was it good?
It was good. I'm trying to, we're trying to get everything right, but that's a lot of Jaden Barrio we've seen tonight. Good kick, especially in these rainy conditions. It's going to be hard for all the players. Next thing we need to talk about is ball security. You got to play in the rain sometimes, and if you got sleeves, that take them off. Kind of makes that ball a little slippery sometimes.
Sorry for the silence. I'm trying to deal with our equipment here.
Touchscreen computers. Not very good in the rain. It's kind of like when water gets on your phone. But good drive by the Littlefield Wildcats, getting it downfield, getting that big hit. James Lockridge coming up with the football. Getting us the ball back down on like the 10.
34-7, Littlefield leads this football game with 8:35 left in the third quarter. This rain is inconvenient. Fans are heading to their cars.
I mean, it's just a little rain. We got to stand out in it. Why can't everybody else?
So Jaden Barrio will kick it off from the north 40-yard line. Here's the kick, high end over end kick. He's got the wind. It's taken at the 5. Here's the return. Big return, but a big collision. Man, somebody laid the wood. That was Camacho. Jonas Camacho with a big hit there. It'll be 1st and 10, Denver City. So here comes the Littlefield defense. 8:26 left here in the third quarter of play. Quarterback out of the shotgun, takes the snap. They'll hand it off right up the middle. He breaks through. And this Wildcats football team is getting their first taste of rainy football. Everybody's slippery now. The football's slippery. Our third quarter is brought to you by Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest. We want to say thanks to them for their sponsorship. Quarterback takes the snap. They'll hand it off up the middle. Lockridge is there. No gain on the play.
Lockridge and AJ Cantu, they're putting in the work tonight.
Yeah, we're at an extreme size disadvantage, but man, we've taken it to them on both sides, really. And I mean, they've won their battles, no doubt. But our little guys have responded well. And a flag comes out. It's going to be a false start on the Mustangs. So that'll put them back to the original line of scrimmage, which is at the 27-yard line. Quarterback out of the shotgun, double slot formation. Here's the snap. Drops back to pass. He's got pressure. He throws. And it is in no man's land. And I think if Eddie Gomez was watching the ball, he probably could have had him a pick right there.
But still, either way, that was good coverage, good pursuit by A.J. Cantu. And even though Eddie didn't come with the big takeaway, he was still in the area. He was playing the receiver, so that was a good job. We're trying to block all the equipment up here, electronics.
Yeah, I didn't look at the forecast, I don't guess. It said 20% chance of rain. We're getting it. So Mustangs are going to have to punt it away. The punter, it's kind of a low-lying sidewinder, and it's going to roll to the 40-yard line, 39, and it'll be Wildcats football, 1st and 10 at our own 39-yard line. 7 minutes and 13 seconds left here in the Continental Dairy Facilities third quarter. Timeout taken on the field. It's a Bill Wells Chevrolet timeout. We'll take it with them, and we'll be back right after this.
The Heffington family of Heffington Farms and Triple T Irrigation sends all the best to each member of the Littlefield Wildcats this season. Triple T Irrigation is an authorized TL irrigation systems dealer like no other. Hydrostatically powered TL systems are designed to deliver continuous movement to extend gearbox life. Heffington Farms and Triple T Irrigation, proud supporters of the Littlefield Wildcats.
Welcome back in to Littlefield Wildcats football. While we were at break, they came away from the timeout. We run a play, 3-yard gain, makes it 2nd down and 7. Here's the snap. Sammy's going to run. Sammy Signs has some room. He's to the 45, to the 40. He just cuts it back in. Signs to the 30. Sammy with a big gain, using his feet to move it deep into Denver City territory, but there's a flag on the play. It's going to be coming back. It's another holding call on the Wildcats.
These rainy conditions, we talk about it, they make your hands wet, they make you slippery. So sometimes when you try to grab up under their pads like that, they just get by you and you just hold on.
Ryan checked the radar, and it looks like it's a little small cluster of showers that hopefully it'll move through soon. Olivia's trying to keep that lens clean. Here's the snap. Sammy looking to throw. Incomplete. Looking for Jaden Barrio. With a 34-7 lead. I think I would go heavy run here.
I was going to say we should run the ball.
Yeah. 3rd down and about 14. Here's the snap. Sammy looking to throw. Now he'll tuck it. He's going to be sacked. And Littlefield's going to have to punt it away. And this may be a low-scoring second half.
That rain came in, and you can throw passes in the rain, but we were talking about running the ball so this clock expires.
Hopefully this little storm moves out quickly. Jaden Barrio will punt it away from the Wildcat. He's standing at the Wildcats' 19-yard line. Well, with everybody leaving, our audience ought to grow. Here's the snap. Barrio kicks it away. Beautiful spiraling punt, taken at the 30-yard line. Here's the return. Wildcats run him out of bounds at the 37.
That was a pretty impressive punt for the rain.
Yeah, that was a good spiraling kick there for Jaden. So it'll be 1st and 10, Denver City going the other way. We have people coming up here to stay dry. That ain't going to happen. First and 10 Mustangs. Quarterback goes out of the shotgun. Here's the snap. He hands it off. Up the middle. Wildcats close the hole quickly, and it'll be a gain of about 3 to the 41-yard line. 34-7 is our score. 5:26 left here in the third quarter. The Continental Dairies Facilities, third quarter. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back to pass. He's got pressure. Slips away. Now he's going to run. Littlefield trying to get him, and they will. Ben Castillo brings him down at the 46, but another flag is on the play. Lots of penalties in this one.
Maybe we jinxed it talking about it early. If that one's on us.
Yeah, we were talking about how we played such a clean game against Denver City or against La Mesa last week. Second down, coming up, 2nd and 2. Oh, the snap gets past the quarterback once again. This time he's able to fall on it. They've had a hard time with that tonight.
Well, you can forget the flag.
Yeah. It goes right back to the past the original line of scrimmage to the 36. Makes it 3rd down and 12. Play comes in from the sideline for the Mustangs. Here's the snap. Quarterback play action. Rolling right. Looking to throw. Lets it fly. Has a man. Incomplete. And it'll be 4th down and 12. Yeah, we're going to have a low-scoring second half as long as this rain keeps up.
You know, the thing with the rain is the passes. There's going to be a lot of incompletes here, a lot of wet gloves slipping through them. Got to try and stay dry if you're a receiver.
Yeah, I was bragging on the new press box earlier, like, man, if it rains, we're going to stay dry. I didn't think about it blowing 40 miles an hour in our face. Here's the snap. The kick is away. Into the wind, it dies and lands, and it won't be a return. Takes a Denver City roll back to the 18-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Wildcats at our own 18-yard line here with 4:05 left here in the 3rd quarter. Yeah, and I would give them a heavy dose of the run.
I agree with you there.
Here come the Cats.
Maroon jerseys turning into deep maroon.
Yeah. I like that deep maroon. Sammy out of the shotgun, takes the snap. Play action, he's looking to throw. He's got pressure. And he'll throw, almost intercepted, and it falls incomplete. Man, that was dangerous.
I was going to say it's a dangerous play while you're getting spun around to throw that ball.
And also, I mean, you're also at risk of getting called for the intentional grounding.
I do believe he had a receiver in the area. Jose Payan, number 88, I think he was in the area.
Stops the clock at 3:56. There was a flag on the field, but they're going to wave it off. Sammy out of the shotgun. 2nd down and 10. Low snap. He picks it up and hands it off. Right up the middle. A nice carry from Daniel Rojas, and he gets about 8 yards, maybe 9 on the carry. 3rd and short. Right back to the line. Here's the snap. Signs, hands it off. Right back to Rojas. Fight. He got it. Across the 35, and he's to the 39-yard line. They'll say his knee touched at the 38, but that's a First Federal Bank first down. Wildcats are on the move. Heavy dose of the run. Let's go. Play action. Sam steps into the pocket, throws, looking for Jaden Barrio. Incomplete. Off the mark.
You know, for these heavy runs, you got to give credit to the O-line. C.J. Weaver in there, number 50, the center, doing a good job. The whole offensive line making holes, making gaps for Daniel Rojas.
You know, we haven't talked a lot about C.J. He's going against that 300-pound nose guard all night, and he's been holding his own. C.J. Weaver, number 50, the center. They're going to dry the football off and send it in, but then it was a bad throw by the line judge, and it got wet again.
It's going to hit number 70 in the back and then roll in the grass.
Here's the snap. Sam swings it out, complete. here on the near side. Wildcats cut it up. Blayton Solis fights for extra yardage and gets 5 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 5 from the 43. Sammy takes the snap, hands it off. Rojas looking for room. He won't get it. Yeah, gain of a yard makes it 4th down and 4. 4th down and 4 for the Wildcats, and we'll have to punt it away here with 2:50 and rolling here in the 3rd quarter. Punt team is on the field for Littlefield. The return man is standing at his own 21. Littlefield will be going into this wind in the 4th quarter. Hopefully it dies down by then. Here's the snap. Jaden Barrio gets the kick away. End over end kick comes down to the 19. Fair catch. Two minutes and 10 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Littlefield leads at 34-7. 34-7. Wildcats on top here. I'll tell you one thing. The defensive improvement from last week to this week has been, leaps and bounds, right? We are much better defensively this week than we were last week.
I just think that was the first game, so everybody's trying to learn their position. I'm sure Coach Bryant makes adjustments. They practice it a little more. They get another week of practice. So this is their 2nd week seeing this. So, only improve.
There was a holding call on Denver City. But wouldn't so there was a penalty on Denver City. It's still going to be their ball, but they're putting it way back to the 11. It must have been, I don't know what, it may have been a personal foul. I didn't catch the call from the referee. I thought he said holding, but it couldn't have been holding. If it was holding on them, it would have given us a 1st down. Now Coach Bryant needs an explanation. I don't really know what the penalty could have been. If it was holding, it would have been 1st down to us. It may have been a personal foul on them. So it'll be Denver City's ball. Here's the snap, deep in their own territory. They hand it off up the middle. Short gain on the play to the 19-yard line.
You got Sammy out there with a little stinger.
Try to give you guys an idea of what it looks like out here. Here's a snap. Quarterback takes it. He's going to roll. Now he'll keep, and he just dives for the line of scrimmage back to the 15.
Now Jacob Silva's out there on the edge doing a good job containing him, making him trip and fall.
So it'll be 3rd down and 7 from the 15-yard line for the Mustangs. Here's the snap. They hand it off going over the right side. Wildcats are there, but he still powers forward to about the 19-yard line.
Just get a pump block.
4th down and 3. Are they going to go for it here?
Looks like it. They're lined up to go.
Unless the quarterback's going to quick kick, but they're going to try to pull us off sides. Check with the sideline. They're going for it. Here's the snap. They hand it off. They're going to get the 1st down. Not much more. They needed 3. They got 4. So that'll keep the drive alive for the Mustangs. 28 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. First and 10, Denver City at their own 23-yard line. Here's the snap. Another low snap, and all he can do is fall on it back at the 20. They're going to lose 3 yards. That Denver City center has had a hard time getting the ball off the ground tonight. And the clock rolls down. That'll be the end of the third quarter of play with your score, Littlefield 34, Denver City 7. We'll be back right after this.
The Heffington family of Heffington Farms and Triple T Irrigation sends all the best to each member of the Littlefield Wildcats this season. Triple T Irrigation is an authorized TL irrigation systems dealer like no other. Hydrostatically powered TL systems are designed to deliver continuous movement to extend gearbox life. Heffington Farms and Triple T Irrigation, proud supporters of the Littlefield Wildcats.
Trust the Lance Insurance Agency for all your insurance needs. They offer a better way to buy insurance. Visit with David McGehee and let him shop multiple carriers to get the most competitive rate available. For auto, home, commercial, life, crop insurance, and more, go by 2433 South Farwell Avenue in Littlefield, or give David a call at 385-1693 and let him find the best combination of price, coverage, and service just for you. The Lance Insurance Agency proudly supports the Wildcats and Lady Cats in all that they do.
Hey folks, Brian Bruce here from Bill Wells Chevrolet GMC in Plainview. It's time for back to school, and we have a great selection of new and used cars to fit every budget. Call clickbillwellschevrolet.com or come by and see us on I-27. At Bill Wells, we are professional grade, and we want to be your car dealer for life. Come experience the Bill Wells difference, where your next car is in plain view.
Where your next car's in plain view.
Welcome back into Littlefield Wildcats football. While we were away, there was a false start on Denver City on their first play of the fourth quarter, so they'll push them back. Second down and 18 now. Here's the snap. Quarterback rolls to his left, looking to throw. It is incomplete. Out of bounds. I thought we may have had an interception there, but it's ruled incomplete.
I was going to say good hustle by number 64, A.J. Cantu, on pursuit of the quarterback. He's done a great job getting in his face and throwing his hands up.
I think Jaden Barrio did intercept it, but he was out of bounds. So it'll be third down and 18 now. Third and 18 for the Mustangs, deep in their own territory. Ball's on the 15-yard line. 34-7, Littlefield on top here early in the fourth quarter. Mustangs out of the shotgun, take the snap. They'll hand it off right up the middle. He's going to break through, but the Wildcats are there to bottle him up and push him back at about the 20. I think that was Sammy Signs that came in. A correction. Gabe Mata, number 2. I saw the 2. No, that was Sammy, number 12. Fourth quarter is brought to you by Hillcrest Funeral Home. We want to say thanks to Shauna and Hillcrest for sponsoring our broadcast tonight. Fourth down and 12, and they'll punt it away. Our punt return men are standing around the 40 to 45-yard line, but we've got a whistle. Ben Castillo will come out of the game. And Ivan Hernandez, number 52, checks in. Here's the snap. The punt is away, short. Lands at the 46, and a flag on the play. The line judge threw the flag out of bounds over here on the near side.
Didn't see what it was.
I wonder if it just fell out of his pocket. He threw it on the sideline. Illegal substitution against the Wildcats. Yeah, we had guys coming in and out. I think.
I didn't see it.
So it'll be first and 10 Littlefield at the Denver City 47-yard line. 10:56 left in this football game. Wildcats on top 34-7. trips left, single receiver on the right. Now Payan, the tight end, is in motion. Here's the snap. Screen pass. Sammy throws, and it's caught. But it's going to be a loss. Yeah, it was just way too deep, and a big lineman almost got him an interception. Blayton Solis made the catch, but it's going to be a loss of 3 yards.
I was going to say, that's a dangerous pass, backpedaling. Luckily, Blayton Solis was in the area to make the catch.
2nd down and 13 from midfield. Sam takes the snap. He'll hand it off. Coming to the near side is Ben Castillo on the carry. No gain on the play. That was Blayton Solis, rather. Solis on the carry. Solis lines up sometimes at receiver, sometimes at running back. Here's the snap. Sammy throws deep. Has Gabe Mata, but it's knocked away. And a flag on the play. And that looks like another interference call on the Mustangs.
Yeah, that was a lot of contact, pushing up on Gabe like that. Gabe Mata down there just getting kind of shoved around.
And the defender who got called for the penalty is going to be shaken up. He kind of leaped up in the air to try to bat the ball away. He did bat the ball away, but I think when he came down, he may have rolled his ankle. Is that going to be on us? Pass interference on them. Okay. The referee was pointing at us, but we've got an injury timeout right now. 34-7 is our score. While we have a quick break, I want to remind everybody this is the first of 3 home games in a row for the Wildcats. We'll host Abernathy next week, and then Friendship Memorial 2 weeks from tonight, all at home. So you've got 6 opportunities this year. This is the first of 6 home games to see the Wildcats. And Friendship Memorial in their first season of football, playing with just freshmen and sophomores, they're looking really good.
I mean, they're only going to grow since it's in Lubbock. They're just going to get bigger and bigger. So
yeah, I mean they're and their coach is the former Muleshoe coach, and of course he and Coach Bryant are buddies, and they needed some games. We needed a game in that week. We had the Morton Indians in that week last season, and then just decide either Morton or us or both of us decided not to play this year, and Memorial needed a game. It fit perfect, and that gave us an extra home game.
Well, we'll take it.
Yeah, because we were scheduled to go to Morton. So here we go, 1st and 10 Littlefield. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. Solis over the right tackle, not much running room there. He'll lose a yard or 2. The rain has died down significantly. Here's the snap. Sammy drops back to pass. He's got pressure. Now he'll run. Still looking to throw. He dumps it off, and it's incomplete. I like that he was looking to throw the entire time, but he's such a talented runner that sometimes I'm like, just tuck it and go.
No, he's making the right decision, too. You're right. Looking for open receivers. He wants to run the last second he can.
And the other thing is, too, with every snap of the football, he's learning, right? This is on-the-job training for Sammy Saenz.
He was kind of thrown into the fire with the injury of Nate Castaneda.
3rd down and 12. Here's the snap. Sammy hands it off. Solis, nowhere to go. Loses another yard, and it'll be 4th and long for the Wildcats here. Maybe in 4-down territory at the Denver City 38-yard line. So we're going for it. 4th and 13 in Denver City territory. Here's the snap. Saenz looking to throw. Steps into it, lets it fly deep down the sideline, but it's short. It was into the wind, and the ball goes over on downs. He was looking for Jaden Barrio, who was double covered, and that's one of the halftime adjustments that Denver City made. And we said it in the first half. They're going to have to double team him. They can't cover Jaden man-to-man. So he was double covered, but in any case, the wind got that one. And
But, as we said, this is a learning experience for Sammy. So if Jaden's double covered, there's going to be some other receiver, maybe Gabriel Mata down there, someone else, Cooper Price. I've seen him come in a few times, on a cross route or in the flat, maybe even hit him deep on the opposite side.
So it'll be Denver City ball going the other way with 8:27 left in the Hillcrest Funeral Home fourth quarter. Shotgun, tight end left, 2 receivers on the right. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. Not much running room there. And a nice job in there, number 75, Andrew Espinoza. Haven't called Andrew's name tonight.
We got number 78 in there, Noah Duran.
2nd down and 8 after a gain of 2. And we are down to 8 minutes remaining in the game. Wildcats looking to go 2-0 with a 34-7 lead over Denver City here. Quarterback goes out of the shotgun. Littlefield gets into position on defense and a whistle. And the Mustangs are going to need a timeout. It's a Bill Wells Chevrolet timeout. We'll take it with them, and we'll be back right after this.
Hey folks, Brian Bruce here from Bill Wells Chevrolet GMC in Plainview. It's time for back to school, and we have a great selection of new and used cars to fit every budget. Call clickbillwellschevrolet.com or come by and see us on I-27. At Bill Wells, we are professional grade, and we want to be your car dealer for life. Come experience the Bill Wells difference, where your next car is in plain view.
Where your next car's in plain view.
Brown Flying Service in Littlefield provides agricultural aerial application services to crop producers across the South Plains. They offer full-service spraying and crop dusting for your agriculture operation. The Browns are longtime supporters of the Littlefield Wildcats and send them all the best in tonight's game. Based at the Littlefield Taylor Brown Municipal Airport, it's Brown Flying Service supporting the Wildcats this season.
Welcome back into Littlefield Wildcats football. While we were away, Denver City ran a play. There was a pass that was batted down by the Wildcats defense.
Number 12, Sammy Sines getting in the backfield, putting his hands up.
Yeah, got a blocked pass there, makes it 3rd down and 12. Here's the snap. Quarterback throws on the swing. Oh, beautifully played out there by the Wildcats. Man, you couldn't have played that any better.
No, that was textbook right there. You see the ball coming. You don't go for the pick. He went for the tackle, which is a great decision.
And was that Gabe Mata?
Yep, that was Gabe out there.
That was a great defensive play by the corner.
Sometimes you just don't go for those interceptions. Sometimes you try to jump it, and then he burns you.
Yeah, you're right. He made the best play he could have made that right there. 4th down and 9. Mustangs are going to punt it away. Kick is away, and it's going to be a good one. Fair catch made at the 29-yard line by Jaden Barrios. So Littlefield's offense comes back out onto the field, and the rain appears to have died down a little bit. Our scoreboard cam, if you're watching on YouTube, is a little bit blurry and wet. That thing's just got water dripping off of it. You can tell by the American flag it's still pretty windy out there, but I can handle the wind. I just don't want the rain. Man, that kind of sucked. 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in this football game. Let's go put another one on the board just for insurance purposes. Let's finish strong here offensively. Snap, Sammy swings it out, complete to Cooper Price, and he is slung down to the ground, but it'll be a gain of about 3 on the play. Oh no, yeah, 4. Almost 5 yards on the play. They gave him forward progress. Nice spot. Wildcats check with the sideline. Play clock is down to 18 seconds and rolling. Game clock is rolling as well. Littlefield trying to use time now. 2nd down and 5. Sammy takes the snap, hands it off. And this is Jonas Camacho who gains 2. That'll bring up 3rd down and 3. Third and a long 3 for the Wildcats. Ball between the 35 and 36-yard line. And again, Littlefield just burning time here between plays. Two receivers left, one on the right. Sammy takes the snap, hands it off, nowhere to go. Jonas Camacho loses a yard on the play.
You know, it's just hard. They still have that big old Denver City defensive line right now, and it looks like we had some of our second stringers in there.
So the punt team will come out. Jaden Barrio, the punter, standing at the 24-yard line. The return man for the Mustangs is going back around the 30. We don't have enough guys in there. We got to get somebody in there, and we do. Barrio's kicking into the wind. Oh, and it's blocked. The punt was blocked. And Jaden, all he can do is just jump on it, and it's going to be Denver City ball deep in our territory. Number 75 came in to block it, and it hurt him. Blocking a punt usually hurts.
I was going to say.
He's holding his arm. Like,
it's not funny, but
it's going to be black and blue tomorrow.
When you get hit with the football, I mean, all you could do is laugh. But for the person that got hit, it don't feel good.
No.
But going back to the second team, this is a great opportunity. This is, Denver City starting as a second teamer. You're getting real experience, real looks.
And we didn't have a chance last week because we were in a dogfight with Lamesa. So everybody getting a play tonight, but the Mustangs now are going to hand it off over the right side. And they're going to take it into the end zone for a touchdown. And that'll make the game look a little bit closer than it really is. Two-point conversion, nope. No good?
I didn't see what happened. They snapped the ball and they blew it dead and said no good.
Yeah, I didn't either. So the PAT or the two-point conversion fails, and your score remains 34-13 with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We'll be back right after this.
Needing a tow can ruin your day, whether it be a breakdown, flat tire, or even a wreck. If you ever need a tow, Always Towing is here to make it less stressful and more cost-efficient for you. Always Towing is located in Littlefield, Texas, and services the entire area. They provide light and heavy-duty towing, rollback services, winch outs, and wheel lifts for trucks. Their experienced drivers are available 24 hours a day. Call 385-3800. That's 385-3800 for Always Towing. The Holmes family of Always Towing sends all the best to the Littlefield Wildcats in tonight's game.
The Lamb County Electric Cooperative was established in 1938 for the purpose of making life better for our community, and today they continue to strive for that purpose. LCEC is committed to providing safe, reliable electric service at the lowest practical cost. The Lamb County Electric Co-op is proud of its well-trained, quality workforce that meets the changing needs of its membership. Proudly serving you and all of the communities in our coverage area, the Lamb County Electric Co-op, a touch-tone energy cooperative.
Welcome back into Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. Something's happening, but I don't know what it is.
We're standing on the 12.
Broadcasting football is a guessing game sometimes. So we didn't know what happened on that conversion play. It looked like they got into the end zone on a 2-point conversion, but then the referee said it was no good. But now they're going to try an extra point kick. But
And we even lined up on kickoff. Kickoff
yeah,
and kickoff
everybody
return.
was lined up. So this must be the extra point. It goes through. Okay, well. Yeah, they were lining up to kickoff. That makes it 34-14. It's a 20-point lead for the Littlefield Wildcats. And now Denver City will kick it off. Well, while they get ready for the kickoff,
Hillcrest Funeral Home is Littlefield owned and operated and has been since 2007. We are proud supporters of the Wildcats, Lady Cats, and our Wildcat Band. I'm Shauna Wagley Hastings, and my promise is to always offer you personal and compassionate care in your time of loss. Hillcrest is hometown, and we are always here for you. Come see us at 1305 Phelps Avenue in Littlefield. Hillcrest Funeral Home, cherish the memories, honor the legacy.
our fourth quarter tonight is brought to you by Hillcrest Funeral Home. Here's the kickoff, and they kicked it straight out of bounds.
I think it was trying to be an onside, but it just went right across the field out of bounds.
It went 5 yards and out of bounds. I mean, straight out of bounds. And the flag comes out. So it'll be Littlefield ball with good field position here, 4 minutes and 10 seconds. So now let's finish strong, right? Let's go score. I want to score. Littlefield's offense. You know, we're playing with, all the backups now, or at least seems like on the offensive line we've got backups in.
But, I mean, hey, give them the experience. We're up. Let them see some action. Give the other guys a rest for next week.
Noah Duran is now the center. Sammy Signs is still the quarterback. Here's the snap. He hands it off. Jonas Camacho over the left side gets through for a nice gain. And, Sammy Signs is going to keep playing no matter, who they sub in or out at the other positions, because you know who his backup is now?
I don't.
Jaden Barrio.
Ah.
I'm Mr. Do Everything.
Yeah, you got to save him.
So Sammy's going to finish the game at quarterback here. It'll be 3rd down and 5. We're down to 3.5 minutes to go in the game. Sammy takes the snap, hands it off. Nowhere to go for Camacho. He'll lose some yards. Back to the 35. Eddie Gomez is wide left. Cooper Price is in the slot on the left. Jacob Silvas is now the receiver split wide right. I'll try to give you the rest of these kids on the line. On the left side, it's Andrew Espinoza and AJ Cantu. On the left side, Espinoza out on the edge, and Sammy's going to keep it and carries it for about a 3-yard gain over the right side. Diego Lepez is in there on the line.
You got Jonah Ramirez in there as well.
Yeah, Jonah is at the tight end position. 4th down and 5 for the Wildcats here. And again, Littlefield just trying to burn time between plays here. I think we're going to have to use a timeout.
Or take the penalty.
Yeah. We're going to take the timeout. It's a Bill Wells Chevrolet timeout. We'll take it with them, and we'll be back with 1:59 left in the game.
Have you been thinking about updating your home with a new remodel? If you are, the only call to make is to Eli Cueto of Durable Builds. Let us transform your house into your dream home. Durable Bills is insured and serves the entire area. We specialize in kitchen remodeling, but have experience in whole house renovations, including room additions, family, dining, living, laundry, and closet spaces. For more information, visit durablebills.com or call 806-891-1076. And let's get started on a personalized home remodel just for you.
Welcome back to Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. Cody West and Ryan West. As the Wildcats have it 4th and 5. And going for it. Here's the snap. Sammy hands it off, but it's going to be a loss of yardage. And the ball goes over on downs once again. And Denver City gets it back with 1:53 left in the game. And that rain just kind of, it was an exciting first half of, offensive football for the Wildcats. We were clicking. Defense was getting after it. Denver City scored on their opening possession. And then our defense shut them down after that. But then the second half, it started raining, and it was just, slippery players, slippery ball, real windy. It was hard to throw a pass into the wind for both teams. Hard to hang on to the ball. We saw some fumbles. Denver City with the ball. They hand it off right up the middle. Wildcats are there. Good job.
Good stick by number 78, Noah Duran.
Yeah, Noah now playing nose guard. And again, we've got a lot of subs in on defense now too. Gain of about 2, second down and 8. A minute and a half to go. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. Oh, they'll fake the handoff. Throw complete outside. Wildcats are there, and a great job. Again, Jonah Ramirez on the tackle. Wildcats are getting to the football. 3rd and 4. Under a minute to go in the game. Wildcats are going to move to 2-0 to start the 2025 football season. Handoff, Wildcats are all over it. In the backfield, it's a tackle for loss. Couple of guys in maroon back there.
Even though there's 45 seconds left in this game, this second team is hustling. They're playing.
Elijah Rodriguez, number 62, down in there at the right tackle position, was able to get into the backfield, and now it's 4th down. The play clock and the game clock are synced up, so they will not run another play, and the Wildcats are going to win 34-14. Littlefield wins it over the Denver City Mustangs in the home opener of the 2025 season. An outstanding performance, great effort, great gutsy performance on both sides of the ball, and Littlefield looking strong.
And, I'm excited for next week after seeing us play. We fight, we hustle. And, the rain did slow us down a little bit, but, other than that, we played as hard as we could.
Yeah, great effort. And the other thing is, too, after last week, it appears that we came out of this game healthy. And that's one thing you were hoping for is no injuries. And hopefully the Wildcats can mend up their bumps and bruises, but I don't think anybody was injured tonight, and that's a good thing as well. You go 2-0, and, we've got another home game next week, but it's the Abernathy Antelopes, and Abernathy has had our number over the last several years.
Yeah, we ran into Abernathy a few times, including last year.
Yeah, and, it just, maybe this is the year we get over that Abernathy hump. They come to town. These kids are playing with a lot of effort right now, and I think Coach Bryant and his staff, and we're a mixed bag of upperclassmen and underclassmen. We've got a sophomore quarterback now, but when you have Rojas or Camacho in the backfield, they're sophomores too. We're kind of a mixed bag of young and old on this team, but I think Coach Bryant and his staff right now have this team believing.
I was going to say they got something clicking, and the players are believing it. They're believing they can go out and win, and they're doing it.
Let's take a break, and we'll be back to wrap this one up right after this.
AAA Truck Federated Auto Parts isn't a chain store. It's locally owned by your neighbors who really care about you. John and Charlene McBride and their staff are here to make sure you get the right part at the right price. In addition to quality federated parts, AAA also provides expert vehicle repair, offering oil changes for less money than out-of-town counterparts. Plus, brake jobs, air conditioner service, and more. There's no reason to go anywhere else for auto parts or auto repair. AAA Federated Auto Parts, located north of Littlefield on Highway 385, quality automotive parts and accessories, and Littlefield owned and operated.
Hey folks, Brian Bruce here from Bill Wells Chevrolet GMC in Plainview. It's time for back to school, and we have a great selection of new and used cars to fit every budget. Call clickbillwellschevrolet.com or come by and see us on I-27. At Bill Wells, we are professional grade, and we want to be your car dealer for life. Come experience the Bill Wells difference, where your next car is in plain view.
Where your next car's in plain view.
Energy Fitness is Littlefield's newest 24-hour fitness center with affordable monthly membership rates and never any contracts. Energy Fitness is for everyone. Whether you want to get in shape, lose weight, build muscle, or just stay in motion, Energy Fitness has something for you. We have free weights, a cardio room, 14-station strength circuit, turf area, and more. Located at 713 West Marshall Howard Boulevard in Littlefield. Call us at 806-551-2371 or visit EnergyFitnessLFD.com for more information.
Introducing Fades and Foils by Amanda. Located inside JoJo's attic in Littlefield, Fades and Foils is your one-stop, full-service salon, specializing in men's and women's cuts and styling, balayage, color corrections, all-over color, and even waxing. Let Amanda rescue your hair. Open Tuesday through Friday from 10 to 6 and Saturday from 8 to 2. For an appointment, call 806-598-1988. That's 598-1988. Book now, because demand is high for Fades and Foils by Amanda.
Welcome back into Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. I'm Cody West here in the post-game wrap-up where the Wildcats win it by a final score of 34-14 over the visiting Denver City Mustangs. Wildcats improved to 2-0, and Littlefield looking good so far here 2 games into the season. And the thing that, there were some question marks, right? We were without Nate Castaneda. We knew Sammy was capable because we saw, what he was doing in the second half against Lamesa last week. But we were also without Zane Champion, who's one of our big playmakers offensively and defensively. But you have to be proud of the way the rest of the guys stepped up tonight to, kind of fill those voids. That's encouraging. But, man, talk about the first half that Jaden Barrio had tonight. Sorry about that. I didn't turn you on.
I know. I was sitting over here waiting. I was trying to talk. Anyway, yeah, Jaden Barrio had a great first half. He had a great second half, but he just kind of got fatigued at the end. We used him almost all game. We were taking shots downfield. He kept drawing penalties, which was great because we were just getting free first downs, free 15 yards, free 10 yards. And especially when he was getting double covered, it gave the other receivers opportunities to make a catch. They were opening up. They drew a lot of attention to Jaden, so great job for Jaden.
And the other thing is, too, they started double teaming him in the second half of play, and and then the wind and the rain and his offensive production kind of dwindled there in the second half. But, for the most part, man, he's that kid who he just doesn't come off the field and he makes things happen out there. And it's really great to have a weapon like that, both offensively and defensively. So, fortunately, the Wildcats are moving into week 3 at 2-0. Abernathy comes to town, 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll be there with a broadcast, and we'll have a 6:30 pregame show. We always start 30 minutes before kickoff. We have an interview with Coach Bryant. I know a lot of people don't tune into the stream until 7, but really our broadcast starts at 6:30. And we have a very informative interview with Coach Bryant every week during the broadcast prior to kickoff. So tune in at 6:30 next week if you can't make it out to Wildcat Stadium. Also, we want to send all the best to the Wildcats and Lady Cats cross-country teams. They're hosting a meet here in the morning. Coach Thomas filled us in on that at halftime, and we want to send all the best to them as they run tomorrow here in Littlefield. All right, man. Thanks for your help.
As always.
Good job. Olivia, thanks for the camera work tonight. Good job keeping that camera lens dry. We'll be back next week. Make it a great evening, everyone. Tonight's Littlefield Wildcats football action here on the Littlefield Sports Network has been brought to you by the following presenting sponsors: the Littlefield ISD, First Federal Bank, Wildcat Laundry, Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest, Hillcrest Funeral Home, and Wellington State Bank. Also by the following title sponsors: Triple T Irrigation and Heffington Farms, the Lance Insurance Agency, and Bill Wells Chevrolet GMC. Our broadcast booster sponsors are Brown Flying Service, Always Towing, the Lamb County Electric Cooperative, Durable Builds, and Eli Cueto, AAA Truck Federated Auto Parts, and the McBrides, Energy Fitness, Fades and Foils by Amanda, Fibermax Cotton by BASF, and the Slate Group. This is West